Chat. It is your friendly neighborhood Bowser supporter, Krista Joy here. But this is not a normal Krista Joy. This is a super duper happy Krista Joy because I have the honor and privilege of introducing my senpai, someone who taught me how to play many games, one of them being Z3. A man who invented the unicorn time, who squashes games and breaks them like they're nothing. A man who invents the 0000 time. A person who educates us every time he's on commentary. A legend of legends. GamerCal, how are you doing, my friend?
I am doing wonderful. It's a great day out there. We've been super happy all the way through, and we're going to have an awesome match between Angelicjade and Glutamic acid. What more can you want to start the day off, right?
I know! This is going to be one heck of a game in our 1 and 3 division. So, how did we get here? We had Jade splitting with Pickles and Beer, which was a game that I ran for her. And that was 1 and 1. And then, unfortunately, dropping to our own Danny Peacebead. And then we had Glutamic Acid, who did split with Night Shifter, and I believe dropping to, was that to you, Cal?
No, I haven't played Glutamic.
Oh.
I played Paratrooper and
Oh,
Jacob
yes,
this
that's
week,
right,
so.
because I did that one too, in
Yes,
which we
you
had
did.
the legendary Hammergeddon. So, we have, speaking of Pickles and Beer, is in the audience right now. So, we have some legends. I am going to send them off. Are you ready to see them party?
Absolutely, let's do this thing.
All right. All right. The countdown has been initiated. Good luck to our runners. Chat, get your good lucks out, because we're about to see some action. Cal, I know that you will be educating chat as we go, and I am here just to be in awe of your expertise.
I will simply do my best.
Oh, we know that you're capable of just rocking everybody's socks off with your knowledge.
Well, we will just have to see where we're starting off as well. We've already gotten our World 4. I like World 4 as a start in these seed ones. It's a straightforward one. There's a lot of Hammer Bros in there, so you've got a good chance of getting the Hammer before it matters for like any other world and whatnot.
You know, I kind of like the World 3 start, so we don't see any double hammer strats.
That's also fair, yep, especially if hammers don't break locks, which we don't know until they try in the first flag set here. So yeah, there's no chance that, especially if it's a 5-level one at the beginning, no chance of them skipping anything, right? So.
Yes, absolutely. And
Hey, there
you
we
got
go.
your World 4.
Ooh, this is quite a nice looking World 4 start too. We get a guaranteed 4F2 to begin with here. Guaranteed fort to begin the world off, so we can either make the bridge immediately, maybe we just get to the end straight up. But yeah, also the other fort just being at the end, it seems like kind of a nice layout to begin with. Ooh, Jade's got to be a little careful there, taking a hit just before we get to the end here.
And which chat knows lovingly as the Donut Fort, where you can, you know, eat on some yummy donuts. And both of our runners getting through the fort with Glutamic Acid having the obvious advantage of being large Mario, which will allow for transitioning into Fire Mario, or, you know, the best option, which is Leaf Mario, because we know that's where it's at.
So, yeah. So Tanuki Mario is especially something that can be fun to see. Fun fact, if you use it underwater, the statue actually just immediately drops down too. You don't actually have the usual swimming physics when you statue down, so that can be kind of fun too. Oh, taking some hits on the crazy feet and stuff down here. Little bit of a rough spot. At least we get the mushroom off of this, which is nice.
Yeah, both of them taking the basement path instead of topside. You know,
Yeah.
basement can be just as perilous sometimes.
Yeah,
Depending
and
on-
it also puts you beyond the box there to try and get a star for the Boom Boom kill as well, but oh well. Not stopping for the Hammer Bro ships and stuff here, okay. We'll see if there's anything there if Jade decides to go for it. One of the disadvantages of starting World 4, as nice as it is otherwise, in Seed 1, Jade's not going for it either. In Seed 1, you don't have any chance to get a star power up before going into the forts here, and 4F1 is really nice if you can start through the first half of it. So that's the one disadvantage of starting this world, but as you can see otherwise, the advantage is quite clear, isn't it? We've gone through really quickly here, and it's just been nice.
Yes,
Whoa, that was a wall jump on Jade's side there. Hello.
Yeah, look at that. Jade's showing off some skills, Cal. And, you know, this was, even though, you know, Iggy was slightly earthquakey, I believe 4 to 5 hitter.
Yeah, that was quite a few hits there. Not too bad though, overall. Iggy is a weird one because he just tends to attack blindly at the beginning, so you tend to know more or less immediately if a jump is coming. Alright, so 3-4 is the opener here. We'll see if we get the rundown. Just gonna get the fly, okay. You can damage boost there and then jump off the lip to get to the top, and then you'll carry P-speed the whole way through. But I imagine the tail is a bit more valuable for Glutamic here.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And I kind of got my wish too because they don't have hammers.
Yep.
So we're not going to see any double hammer strats out of either runner. And, you know, we're going through right now. We're not going to obviously see any H jumps going on. Which is kind of sad.
I need to work that one out myself. I think it's like depends on the enemy setup as well. Oh, speaking of enemy setups, that blooper not very nice. Oh, one thing you gotta watch with the spiny cheeps, they will always swim downwards first, so you can usually go over them, and it's a lot safer compared to like a green cheep.
That's very good information to know that. You know, from a strategic standpoint. And Jade opting to play safe, getting the star, but I would have carried that down a little bit because, you know, you never know.
Yep, and that's the problem when they go up as well. Alright, first hammer bro. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay.
And getting that cloud is going to come in handy because we have not seen World 5 nor World 6. So any of the blessed levels has not come into play yet.
True.
And why anyone would skip such a great level like 5-9 is beyond me, but they like to do it for some reason, Cal.
I don't understand it either. 5-9 is not that bad. It's one of the longer levels, I guess, but longer in quotes because there are many worse levels you can get that take longer than that. So I'm sure all of them are on your blessed list, of course, but you know, I would still rather take 5-9 than 7-1 or 7-6 any day, even though I can usually clip them because sometimes it just doesn't work. Kind of like that jump, apparently. What happened on the turret side there?
And, oh, wow. So we need to get our salutes out, chat, because we have the Air Force. So this must be a 3-4.
There's at least 2, because there were 2 locks on that right-hand side when they took the first pipe over, right? So.
But since the forts are native in this seed set, this must be the third fort.
No,
because...
no. Only for Worlds
No?
4 and 7. That's how it ends up working out. I think I don't know exactly why, but for some reason those 2 in particular are like exclusively, like they always have 2 forts in this first flag set, and they're always, you know, native to world. They can have the 3rd one, of course, but no, I think there's only 2 in this one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ooh, and we're in
our
world.
Oh, you're lucky you got out of there again, Glutamic, and that can sometimes trap you with the
Yeah, but that
being
means
the way
we're
it
not
is.
gonna see what the item is.
It's still possible. Yeah, if you can, not feeling it out enough, you can make the pink note block actually appear and jump on it when, even though it's off screen. So.
And for those of you who are not familiar with the level, that was 3-7 that glutamic acid was in, and there is an item that can be grabbed in it.
So I'm actually looking at the way this is set up. I think Glutamic's just figured it out. We initially came out of the bottom right pipe in that from the first one of these, right? There was a lock in the way that stopped us getting to the pipe that's just above it, which is the one where Wendy gets to. But with being 2 forts here, there's only 2 locks in this world. And yeah, we don't actually need to do any of the other stages. So I think Jade has potentially figured this out as well, seeing what was over that other side. I don't think we could have gone far enough over to have seen it before without doing the level, right? So it wasn't necessarily a mistake, but it's just like, yeah, you didn't need to play any more levels here.
And Jade is entering the wonderful airship of La Princesa. So, getting the fire flower, so we're gonna expect to see dual fire kills.
Oh, yeah. Just gotta make sure we don't do any mistakes here. There we go. And yeah, we can get the fire kill as well. Wendy doesn't jump until you have hit her once. She can climb 1-tile ledges, which is annoying, but yeah. What?
Okay. Wait a minute, was that a bit of a glitch?
I've never seen that one before. Okay.
I've never seen that particular format in my... Oh dear, that is...
Oh, hey,
that is absolutely amazing. And you have to say to yourself, wow.
I guess we have to salute for that that glitch code, huh? Totally not, because super times have just been done. What are you talking about?
Absolutely wonderful.
So Tanuki picked up off of that. Oh, this is an awkward looking pipe layout. We don't have a hammer yet, so there's potentially a very long World 6 coming up here. Just depends on how fortunate the players are.
Yeah, and right now...
That's a good play. Just before checking it, that little part of the screen there, there's a couple of levels, which are like, oh, they are next to each other too. This part of the screen here, those 2 levels that are like vertical line there, they don't really show up on basically
Okay, I like that Koopa. That Koopa decided I am not going down, okay? You hear me?
I've seen that before, but it always cracks me up. Yeah, so oh, and too many sprites on screen, I think. I've had that happen as well, where the ice block just doesn't KO the enemy for some reason. Yeah, so I was trying to say, these 2 levels here are invisible to almost every pipe transition that you can normally do. So they are a very sneaky place where forts can hide that you end up needing to play. So it's a very good play to scout that out before going into the pipes, even if you are already going to check them regardless. Yeah, these giant Koopas just do not care, dude.
Yeah, they ignore all levels of physics, you know?
Oh, that was almost it for Glutamic there, if he got the jump right.
Now,
it's sub-pixel perfect to get it when big as well.
Now, Jade does have the advantage if she chooses not... Oh, well.
I think Jade has done that with it. Somebody did that with a tail in one of the early rounds, right? So I think it was Jade that got that jump too,
just
right?
lost it though.
Yeah. Top versus bottom apparently evens out about the same. There is a power-up at the top, so I guess that's cute and all, but I find it easier just staying down the bottom, because swimming momentum is not really too hard to preserve, and there's no munches to land on, so... I was just curious. I think Ratboy told me that it's about even, because I was curious in one of the other races that everybody seemed to be going top path, and I was like, I don't think this doesn't look faster to me. Why is everybody doing that? And it's just like, well, it evens out, so it's
but it
preference.
looks like Jade did catch up a little bit time-wise.
Yeah. Ooh, using the screen scroll trick to skip there too. And well, I mean, we're in the ice worlds. I guess you could call this the Misty Lake of some sort, because we're in Cherno's ice fort now, right?
We like to lovingly call that Alaska.
Yeah.
Because they are being denied flight privileges.
That's totally fair.
Yes, and being denied flight privileges for those here in the state, that usually means the blessed airlines of Spirit, Southwest, Frontier, and Allegiant. You know, add JetBlue into the mix because they're horrible too. And I believe Ryanair is another one that's notorious on your side, Cal.
Ryanair is the only one I haven't traveled aboard very much, to be fair, but Ryanair is the only one I've actually had any experience with. Oh, Glutamic, be careful.
And it looks like Jade may have caught up and actually passed.
Yeah, she hasn't done this Hammerbro fight, which is the main sort of difference at the moment, but she has definitely caught up quite a lot, for sure. At least that's the theory. We'll have to find out when the JoJo time stops messing us up here.
You know, to be continued. Q roundabout by yes, and we are good to go. You know,
6-4. I used to really despise this stage, but it's gotten a lot better for me now, and I think I've worked out why. My old monitor stuff was like a 60 hertz monitor, but this game runs just above that, like 60.1 hertz. So I got screen tearing and like stuttering and stuff a lot when I was playing this, and I think that messed up a lot of the sort of precise single tile jump stuff that you have there. Nowadays, it's a much nicer level. So long as you don't get double note blocked at the beginning and jump over the top of the first like pillar, then you're not ready for that, and you just land in the fire snake and you cry. So
I sent a general message about refreshing Glutamic. Okay.
So we're fine now. I think Jade has actually caught up here. Maybe. No, there's still one level difference here. Oh no! No! Jade,
no!
Yeah, Jade. There's one level difference at the moment.
And we are in one of the friendly levels on glutamic acid side. You know, personally, I love this level because, you know,
I have a bad history with this level.
So, if you can get the despawn, that is not what Glutamic wanted. You know, in the Warpless tourney, Cal, I don't know if you've been watching too much of that.
I haven't, I'm afraid.
They've been doing a despawn strat for that level.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, in Z3, you know, they have the NMG strats. And
not going here for flight here.
Here in Warpless, they actually have NMG strats for Mario, which absolutely floored me.
Nice.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah. So I want to just very quickly bang out, because most people will see this when we go through. In this last section, of course, there are two levels that we could take. One is the top left, one is the bottom right. You'll see almost everybody go for the bottom right. Oh, we need to go get the thing back. You need to see almost everybody go for the bottom right one, and that's just because of the way the movement in the overworld works. Especially when you scroll the screen, holding a direction down lets you move just a little bit faster on the overworld. So the more tiles that you can use, like take advantage of that for, the faster your overall movement is going to be. So most of the time you'll see people take this bottom part because they'll scroll the screen. That's like 4 tiles of movement as opposed to 2 going the other way. And and you also are like 2 tiles away from another screen transition for the end of the world as well. So it's typically, if the level is nice enough, it is faster to do it that way around.
See, and I thought it was people just having a preference for 610.
No, I think in general it is, maybe there's a little bit of muscle memory for some people, because I think that level is faster than at least if you can't do the wall jump, it would be faster than doing 6-9, right? But yeah,
because with 610 they have the clip that you can do. They have the clip. And will Jade do the no? And I am totally invalid. Thank you very much. I have returned. I have returned back to my norm, of being totally invalid. With 3F2 not being where it's supposed to be in the random meme community, which is in World 8.
Listen, it might not be valid in that sense, but you're always going to be valid in our hearts, and that's the most important bit, right?
Yes, it's always good to be invalid. Absolutely. And, as Jade moves into, World 1, it's interesting because there have been no hammers at all, so you might have to roll a mystery seed for game number 2.
As we're going through the stuff here, silly little aside that way. When I was first practicing these flags and stuff, there were so many of my initial seeds where I never found out whether blocks broke or not, just because there were never really decent circumstances for it. So I probably played more 2C seeds than the majority of people here.
Nice,
just
so you're a pro at rolling.
It's so weird that But then we get into the tournament and there's almost none of them. I was like, okay, whoa, that's a nipper.
And we are in 1-3, so we are going to see the item grab on Glutamic Acid's side.
He got a bit lucky there, to be honest. That could have easily been a land-on situation.
Yeah. In which his fire flower would go down the hole, just like Plucky Duck would ask him to.
Jade making it through 3F2, no problem. You can effectively just run straight to the Boom Boom here as well if you go ahead and bonk on the block underneath him basically and just get a really quick first jump. But it takes a little bit of timing to get it right, especially with a tail. So.
And it looks like Larry has stolen the World 2 airship, Cal.
Yeah, this isn't too bad, I don't think.
And it's exceptionally weak as well. Lovely.
Yeah. How do you manage to steal that off of the Beefcake Morton? We'll never find out, I guess, but...
You know what? This is one of those cases where he probably sent him over some Bitcoin when it was running high.
Oh no! This is why don't jump for the pink block. I know this is boss pass and he's scary, but no, just don't jump for the pink block. Sometimes you will just miss, and that's painful.
Wait a second.
Teddy Anchors.
Didn't the anchor show a frog suit?
Nope. So the anchor power-up always looks green. For whatever reason, it just changes you to green Mario outfit, but no, that was definitely a Tanuki. But it was coloured like it would be the frog suit. The same mistake again, oh no! As we see 8 Fort coming in here for Glutamic as well.
Okay.
See if the one side.
I swear I saw a frog suit. Because I was just about to get happy saying that the anchor was human muster mode. But it looks like Jade is trying to...
Unfortunately, it was merely a green teddy bear this time around.
A green teddy bear. I love that and hate it at the same time. Because it got my hopes up for nothing. And Jade slowing it down a bit, getting through.
Well done.
Yes. Getting through the threat of the boss pass. Oh my.
Mini cheap. These mini chiefs can be out for blood sometimes. It is unreal.
They are just friendly little fish. You know, they're like your goldfish Abraham. You know,
Listen, I had versus Jacoba, I would not call them friendly.
Yes, they are definitely friendly, Cal. You know,
Jade slipping through there as well, realizing Power Goomba's probably too dangerous when small to go ahead and go for the power-up because you'd very easily just get landed on without you knowing.
At this point, Jade should go, to the Mushroom Pawn Shop. Let's see what it offers because neither runner and a bona fide froggy suit. There we go.
So one of the things about the Swiss rounds is that the toad houses will be permanent. Like you actually don't despawn them as you normally would. So pretty cool feature to have actually. Yeah,
because that's what sparked Hammergeddon. You know, that will live in the annals of Mario 3 Randomizer history. You know, just loading up on hammer suits, not caring, Cal.
I watched that back and I was so sad that I was not in on the joke because I absolutely would have gone in and gotten like 20 well not 20 but like probably 10, 15 Tanukis or something at the start. And I would have absolutely done that if I was in on the joke.
Yes, embrace your Tanuki. Because I was like, embrace the Tanuki, Cal. We had Tanuki versus Hammer.
I had 0 Tanukis for the second half of that scene though. There was nothing I could have done, I'm sorry.
I know!
Anyway, Morton coming up over here after the World 7 airship. 5 hit, okay, so the maximum level of sodium as people would say. Yep.
Yes. He was severely hypertensive. We are going to put that man on some serious antihypertensives. The doctor in me is actually quite alarmed, and I am okay with that.
So we do have about a world's difference at the moment, but that world is like 3 levels, I think, considering the pipe was quite generous to the end. We did see the cloud used on Glutamic's side to skip the fort, which is most likely 1 fort based on the positioning. So I think Jade's going to miss the 1 cycle here, unfortunately. Getting bonking on the wall, it's kind of impossible. She knows that already. So taking the safety hit here. Ooh, getting the star too. There's an I mean, probably not now, but gonna have to redo it. There's an argument if you get the star there that you'd probably actually delay getting the power up here so that you can use the star to kill Boom Boom.
And Orty has clipped the anchor. Has clipped the anchor just to rub it in that, you know, I need some glasses. There we go, Orty. Rub it in.
Oh, that was really close on Glutamic's side to get landing on the Spiny there. We do not have the spike badge on, my friend. You cannot jump on them for to flip them over.
You know what? I stepped on him anyway. If you're I was like, you know what? I don't need no badge. I never got one anyway. So if we're talking about the Game Boy game, yes, I never had a badge.
I was thinking Paper Mario. Actually, is the
Paper Mario. Yeah, I would stomp on him in Paper Mario.
Oh, no.
And the cheap gave Jade a hug, Cal.
The pain of love.
I know. I told you. The flora and fauna of the Mushroom Kingdom are just so friendly that you just die for their affection. I mean, it's beautiful all around.
Oh, we will get to that.
And yes, chat, that was cheap.
5-3 coming up here on Glutamic's side.
5-3. And that is a weak 5-3. I am very disappointed in myself.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Wait, there should be some Karibo shoes, some fire nippers, you know? There's
There's
nothing
no
there.
power Goombas. There's Mr. Fish, but a little bit too late.
Yeah, look at this.
There was one
This
for
is bare.
Yeah, this has got nothing over the ones that I had to cloud in my race this week. We'll see what the item is at the top here. This could be important. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
And Jade is super stoked, as evidenced by her celebratory stonage. And are we gonna go for flight strats to avoid having... Let's see, will Jade give us a command? Will she embrace her Tanuki cow?
Hopefully. So if you're going to go for flight there, I think it's best to try and land in the middle of that section, because you'll be able to run along the ground a bit and get your speed back up.
Yeah, we're not going to see speed ever again.
Nah, it's just I'm like, this is the first time I've seen someone actually do flight stuff there, and I'm just looking at it going, yeah, if you land in the middle part, there's enough of a runway that you could build up most of your running speed back again, and you'll get a bit further along than what Jade managed to there. Speaking of speed, going through the world fight, this was a really quick world fight, by the way. I didn't even see half of what happened with that. Clearly not nothing too dangerous over here.
Wow, she did embrace your Tanuki-ness. Get your commands out, chat. Yay!
So let's see, which of the 10 spell cards would she use? Probably the fog transformation, right? That'd be the most important one here. For anyone who can get that, basically it's a Mamizo Toho reference. She's one of the extra stage bosses. She has 10 transformations, and she is a Tanuki. So, speaking of flight, here we go. Oh, getting stuck on the edge. That's gonna slow this down a lot. Again, probably would have been a good idea to try and run along the ground again after that bit to build up. You'd have to duck underneath the power buzzy as we lose to Tanuki.
Tanuki privileges, no more stone. Oh
okay,
man,
this is a really weird layout for this World 7, right? Because there's no lock to break the end part open, but if I had to guess, that pipe that's behind the lock here is probably the one we actually need. So...
Cal, you would be proud to know we've got fellow Toho players in chat. Ooh.
Heck yeah, that is exactly who I submitted to with it too. Oh, 7F1.
The wrong fort. Ah.
So especially this late in, even with a Fire Flower equipped, especially this late in, you definitely would want to go ahead and just use a P-Wing or like a tail type item if you've got one, because of the way Seed 1 works. For whatever reason, 7F1 and 7F2 are basically always in World 7. So you've got, at worst, a 33% chance if it's a 3-quarter, more likely a 50% chance that you're going to hit 7F1 immediately. So you save a lot of the time if you just use it preemptively. And to be fair, a tail isn't even that bad in... tail isn't even that bad. Yo!
And look at that first try tail clip!
2 out of 16 pixels, I think, is what I was told you've got out of that for the sub-pixels.
A 7.6 first try tail clip.
Nice.
Cal, Glutamic needs to teach Dewey how to do tail clips. But...
I do have terrible news for you, though. You know what this means, right? The fact that was 7F1, and that's the only one that we've seen here, and there's nothing stopping us from getting through this part.
I know, I'm hurt. I'm wounded because your reference will be lost in this seed.
That's okay. I have 100% confidence that chat is going to love it when we get to it next seed. So
yes. I have full faith that you will roll 7F2 and chat will be going wild, especially Melee Wizard and Gorelusa. And Jade having a little bit of issue with that kiss from a flower. It wasn't a kiss from a rose, but it was a kiss from a flower. And we are going through the piranha stage.
This doesn't mean too bad so far for either player, really.
And I rolled no hammers. That's amazing.
Yeah. We've gone through all of the worlds and there was not a single hammer to be seen. Oh, yeah. that was an awkward side clip on the block there from Angelicjade. Unfortunate. It does kind of stunt your movement quite a bit, so you end up really feeling the taunts there.
And Glutamic sacrificing himself was a slave to the music and took a one hit from our concerto master.
He was a bit too aggressive there, wasn't he? He just ended up jumping straight at it, and one of the things Lovely loves to jump early as well, and because of the way the weirdness of the physics for it, he's normally an Earthquaker, which to compensate for that, I'm pretty sure the devs gave him and Roy higher jumps to begin with, so that they'd still jump normally when they come at you to start with. That doesn't get removed when the randomizer takes away their earthquakes, and so they just jump to the moon immediately, you know. So, yeah, usually the oh, there we go, good tail one grab from Jade there as well.
Jumped right into the boo.
Just missed the initial duck jump under. It's easy done. The timing of that is quite strict.
Yes. So, as glutamic acid triumphs over poor innocent Boom Boom, that's never done a thing in his life except for sit down and maybe watch some bad anime.
Never done a thing in his life is probably accurate. He's the most ineffectual boss I've ever seen. Oh no! Oh, you know what? Getting cooked in the nuclear reactor over here. Sheesh.
He got. This is why I say that the Potable Fort, you know, I lovingly call it the lava fart because it is poop-tastic, Cal. You know, I dislike this fort. I do not like this fort at all. And
Oku's nuclear reactor is probably a good bit here. If we're gonna keep the train going, then that's
we can call it a nuclear, because it is a nuclear explosion out of Bowser's toilet.
Yo, Jade also gets a first try.
No, there is a history with Jade and I and tail clips. Cal, there's a funny story behind that. Jade promised to do a tail clip for me because we have this meme between the two of us and tail clips, in which in every chat I'm called Jade 2.0 because if she's not there, I will request tail clips on her behalf. So she will always do tail.
But this is the fake tank. Okay.
This is the bootleg tanks.
It's nice to see that sort of thing come up though.
Yes, just like Tazzle actually got the heart fireballs from a conversation we had in League about creating an actual mode in which all fireballs turn into hearts to create a love and happiness mode of Mario. So, what fort, maybe against hope against hope, we can keep hope alive. What fort are you thinking is going to have the key to the bridge?
I would like to see 6F3 just because I like inflicting that on other people when I don't have to do it myself.
Nice, Cal. I did not know you had such a cool bone in you. That we will have you doing comms with me more often. Then you can be a bad guy like me. And I wonder why. I know you don't want to play the extra stage, Glutamic, But you also can get sniped, my friend. This is the great equalizer.
So Glutamic is still a couple of stages and a lot of knowledge ahead here. I think realizing, yeah, you probably got to play this one as 8-1. Ho-ho.
8-1. AKA...
Not a personal favorite of mine either, considering one particular enemy, which I think we might need to get fixed at some point.
Which one?
This one coming up right there. That should not be allowed to exist.
Oh, come on. The hot foot is amazing.
It's almost undodgeable is the problem. If you're trying to do this in any reasonable way, there is very little chance if it's that it's actually avoidable. So,
all right, here we go. What is the final stage? 5F1 is up there. So someone in chat wished for the forgettable Fort Cal. They want Disco to make a comeback.
It's forgotten no longer.
No, somebody wished it into an existence. And it was Night Shifter. It was Night Shifter who wished it. How could you, Night? You know I dislike this fort. How can you choose that over the great Fort of Love and Happiness?
Great piece speed there by Jade as well. Almost being a little bit too early and clipping through the floor, but managed to make it out.
So we're going through the elbow on glutamic acid side.
Still not it. There's one more to do, right?
Yeah, we did see.
We've seen 3F1, we've seen 5F1 and 2.
I think there was a tank symbol.
Yeah, it's right there. And this was blocked by a lock before, so they had to do another fort in order to get here. And it's the last of the arsenal. We have had the others earlier on in the seed, so there you go. There's your sailing through the chocolate seas.
Yes, and I'm not afraid to admit it that I swam under the boat.
It's such a cool thing to do, though, right? At least once.
You would put a frog suit and go underneath it, you know.
Oh, Jade's got to be careful. This is still mandatory. She hasn't gone to the end yet, but this is still mandatory to do. So just got to be a bit careful here.
Yes, indeed.
Following the wrench all the way across as well. Yeah, probably best to despawn that first. As Glutamic has every fort done now, just has to remember which pipe goes to the end, and we'll be seeing the finale. Don't get yourself hammered.
Let's see if the second race room has been created while everybody is doing their racy.
There was a Fire Flower from the World 6 Peach card as well, so it's nice at least having something to deal with Bowser here. Not getting the clip at the top, so we won't get the face left strats, but that's fine. Probably wouldn't anyway, because nobody apart from me seems to do it, so... Y'all are gonna get hit by the boob one of these days off that torch, I'm just saying.
Cause you like to just show everybody, you know, that cow supremacy. Be like, watch me break the game even more than it's already broke, you know.
But Jade did take flight into 8-1 here. That's a good jump there as well, because you'll just be able to now fly towards the end. It is possible if you jump fast enough to get that flight without having to like start it in the subworld. But it's really precise, and it's just better like to get it going first, just so you can guarantee the flyover. Meanwhile, Fireballs coming out on Glutamic's side.
35 to win this battle.
It's a little bit on the slow side, but does get it. Ah, no jump on the Bowser. Boo! Start over. Do it again.
Oh my goodness! Yes, we should make it a requirement. You know, you have to jump on Bowser's bum in order to get the final disrespect kill. If you don't do that, your win is not recognized. I fully agree with that.
GG's to Glutamic here. 39:56 is the official race time. So. Very well played. Jade is not far behind though. This is the correct fort to open up the end, so we are pretty close here overall. Considering that Jade also has a hammer suit as well, there's a chance for a faster kill at the end as well, so...
Yes. And Jade does know how to run through Bowser's crib very fast. So, Jade will be on her way to Bowser's house, in which she will be knocking on heaven's door to take Bowser to the other side. And we did not see 7F2, which means I have failed you, chat, and you have missed out on the reference of a lifetime. But hopefully Cal will roll 7F2 in the next seed, so that way you can get it and you can be just as stoked to hear it. Because when Cal told me in the prep room, I was like, yo! And running around, you know, like, yeah! And it brought me back to my days when I vacationed in Japan. So that was fantastic.
Jade is armed to the teeth here, by the way. If this fails, there's 2 fire flowers in her inventory as well, so hasn't used either of them through the seed. Very good to see.
Yeah, very good item management on Jade's side. So Jade is going in, and I think Glutamic will be like, wow, I did not get a Kingslayer when I wanted to. Going for the first try on the mac and cheese clip. Did not get the wall clip. Jumping a wee bit early.
She's not getting the dot jump is the other weird bit with it here, because I think that might have actually been okay, but the dot jump wasn't there, so...
Now
it's so
she's
hard
getting
without P-Speed, though. Like, you've really got to get it built up, and I don't know if there's going to be a...
It looks like she's also jumping just a little, like a couple of pixels off.
Yeah, that's possible. I'm not particularly good with this one myself. Sometimes I will just get it immediately, and I've stopped like trying to redo it because you get stuck in this loop, and it ends up just being faster to just like take the risk.
Honestly, it's easier as Fire Mario to do this particular clip
because I can see it. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Because
bit of history on this actually. The reason why this clip ended up being so important is that in the past it was not guaranteed that you would only have 4 fireballs show up, which meant that there could be so many of them that some of them would actually become invisible, although they would still have hitboxes. So you could get hit without even knowing what hit you in the hallway, and so people ended up just being like, "No, we have to clip this then because it's too dangerous to do otherwise."
Yeah, and I think in the vanilla game, if you did the clip, or at least it used to be back in the good old days. You know, I'm about to carve and date myself, but wasn't clipping the way to get Bowser not to shoot fire at you in the final battle?
I think there was something to do with that. That might be a clip from a different location. There's one I don't remember. Because I remember
clipping, because it was either from the middle or the top, where if you clip through it, then Bowser does not shoot. It allows for an easier Bowser fight.
Yeah, it's definitely not the top, but I know what you mean because I have seen it as well. There's like one of the spots you can clip from. It gets you to like a third Bowser room or something where that particular Bowser doesn't shoot fire. I know what you're referring to. I just don't remember which one you have to clip from. But it's definitely not from the top one, I don't think.
So then it may be the middle one. But there was a different Bowser sprite. It caused the easy, they called it Easy Bowser, and it was the greatest find, and everybody was doing it. It was all the rage. You know, you learned that from your subscription to Nintendo Power. And good God, if that doesn't give away my age, I don't know what does. You know, you get the Nintendo Power book, and I can't even remember what issue it was from. I want to say it was from the issue with the mismatched Mario cover, and because remember there was a cover of Nintendo Power in which Mario had inverted colors. And
I'm not actually sure because I think we had a different magazine over here, so it might
really,
not have had the same thing. Yeah, because there was a UK specific one, which I didn't get too many of it for a lot of the time, but we did get some of them as we went through. But it's like the
yeah,
official Nintendo magazine or something, I think it was called. So we actually got a different thing from Nintendo Power.
I had a subscription, and I was like, yeah, go. Mario has the wrong colors because he's red and blue, majority red, but on the cover of that Nintendo Power, it was majority blue. So it's like a legendary unicorn collector's item.
See, nice.
Yes, for all you legends out there.
Right. I shall leave the race room to you as we go with this.
No, you're the
I've got
roller
the thing.
now.
I'll make the seed, but I'll let you allow them to leave when we are ready.
Oh, you want me to gatekeep? Ah.
No hammers were found at all. So it is 2C is what we will have here.
I rolled the pooper, dude. So, I own up. I own up when I rolled poopertastic goodness. So, chat. While Cal is rolling a 2C, which ended up being what I had to roll last night, was a 2C. No, I rolled 2A last night. But he's having to roll 2C. What would you like the world to start off as? Are you guys going to be bloodthirsty and want RWO? Are you guys going to be mad lads and want VWO? Are you going to roll with me and be 6 gang? And 7 with an Atlantis start. That is as bloodthirsty as you can get. I absolutely adore you. Cal would be impressed, and
it would not be the first time I have been involved with an Atlantis start. I have a war story on that too.
That gets a big yo. It's making me happy all the way around. The right one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did the right. I took it from the randomizer itself, so I'm pretty sure I've got the right one there, right?
Yeah. So why did he?
Oh, it's probably preemptive because it would have been a case of he was typing it as I was doing it, sort of thing.
Oh, you are the king of rolling because I've watched it. I practically live on your channel when I lurk all the time, so I don't really chat that much. But I live on your channel so I can learn how to build the ultimate Pokédeck, and still would probably get smoked by you. Aww. And you use decks that are amazing, friend. Like it's ridiculously embarrassing. But if I lose, I'll just blame it on Birdie. I'll just blame Birdie for everything. Just blame Birdie. That's the acceptable response, But chat says they want you to have World 7 with an Atlantis start.
That would be pretty great. Okay, I know this bit of a behind the scenes bit here. I know it was a typo, but Glutamic just put mushroom and he was confirming the seed bit, and that is the funniest thing to me.
Moosh!
Just like
Moosh! Yes!
We're not playing
Let's
Minecraft.
Go Oracle! Let's go Oracle! Yes!
I actually found a mushroom. Like this will date me way back as well now. But like I used to play Minecraft probably over a decade ago at this point now, and I actually found a mushroom island in one of my like main seeds as well with this stuff. I built like a 250 odd block, and probably even more than that block minecart trail to get there and back, so I could embrace the mushrooms because it was just amazing. Like seeing that at the time.
All right. Of Mario Kart 64. Here we go. All right, I have sent our runners off. And Night Shifter is actually the worstest person in the world, and I love it. Seattle wants to start with 7F2.
Wouldn't that be a thing?
They want me to turn into Brock looking at that Nurse Joy. Let's go. Yes, we'll just add more to the lore of Krista Joy, you know? It's perfectly fine. But if we see 7F2, if we see Atlantis, Senpai, you will get even more Senpai points. I will be like, oh my god. Oh.
So, we don't have power-ups to start this seed, so there's no saving that Fire Flower as a makeshift Kingslayer.
Nope.
But
some are looking at 7-6 to Atlantis start. No double hammers.
Oh, this could be a pretty good. This could be a pretty. Oh, a beta stage straight away. This is what I affectionately call was it 539? Because it's got parts of 5-3 being the reverse way round, but it's also got parts of 3-9 because half of it's underwater.
Yeah. So, and Sinister calls it insurance fraud, and it's awful enemy set.
There's no power-ups in this one, so the Nest Cheap is over there as well, using his down special, charging it at the ledge, so you can't pass him. Oh, and yeah, when you take too long with it, it does tend to like do some weird sine wave movement at the top as well.
So it has claimed its first victim in Jade. And Jade she's looking for a power-up. Oh no.
There is no power-up to be found. Oh no.
There is nothing to save you. Oh no.
4 here as well. No power-up at the start of this one either, so this one's going to have to be swam through too. Well, I mean, hey, it's Waterworld. We're playing water stages. I don't know what else you want from me. It's pretty respectable if you ask me.
Hey, this is great so far, you know. Our runners are having to work for it. And Glutamic is swimming, you know. Instead of it being race for your life, it's swim for your life. Having to do some juke. Having to juke.
Yo.
Some juke swimming.
That was impressive. Hey, Jay, just gotta be careful with this guy. Are we gonna go underneath? Go underneath.
We're going to the pipe.
Yep, see what the pipe has for us. Oh, this last... Oh, okay. Hey, it's the same bit as last time, but now we don't have the block in the way. 2 forts still, so we do have to clear at least one. Okay, in a seed that has not had power-ups in any of the viable stages yet, that's gonna be rough. Yep. Into the drink with you.
So, Glutamic has decided to embrace... Oh no. If this is a water tile, very lucky on Glutamic acid side, because if that was a water tile double fire, bro, that would be absolutely the worst thing that you could possibly get.
Especially lucky that it was a single boomerang bro as well. You can have 2 boomerang bros in that bit, and it just goes in and out of the block.
Yeah,
the funniest one is when you get the hammer bros there, and one of them jumps into the block, and it's just, "Excuse me, I would like to engage you in combat, please, sir."
Yeah, and Glutamic having to err on the side of caution. Jade is going to the mushroom pawn shop.
Absolutely, yeah.
Getting a trash room. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still better than nothing here, and it's they come up more often than you would think too. I don't blame her going for a second one here. We know this is the
Fire
standard
flower
set, and
better.
yeah, Fire Flower is part of the standard set, so Glutamic just taking a nice old stroll there. I don't know what was up with that. Just be
Glutamic is
like,
playing it safe right now, as Jade is probably going to start to, because lives are kind of.
yeah, I mean the life situation is a bit rough at the start here for sure.
Oh wow!
Okay, so what do we have to go down to that one below the fort? No, that's where we just were. Oh, okay. So we know where we're going with it. Just
So is there a lot? Oh no! Wait, what?
I think we have to beat the thing down the bottom here, right? Okay, I can confirm his run button does still work. That's at
I
least
gotta
something.
play the second fort.
Yep,
Cal,
which is
I
buried quite
love
deep.
this. I love it, Cal. I absolutely
One.
adore this World 3. It is not a short World 3.
Yeah, we got 2 extra stages to do first here. Yep.
Alright,
It's 1
looks
3,
like
okay. Oh, ouch.
with a fireball to the face. So it looks like a fire enemy set so far.
That opening section is really annoying because depending on what type of hammer bow it is, it's like better to go up or down. Like here it was worse going down. Yeah, not even attempting with the fire stain down there. I do not blame Glutamic. Yeah, with a...
Fire
God.
snakes need love too.
Oh, yeah, they do. It's called whap them with a tail. That's the love they deserve.
No! Hey, you're just as invalid as me.
Sure. It's in the right world though, so, you know, half points, question mark?
Yeah, there we go.
We take
Mine
those,
was
right?
in its right place too, but you know, we're invalid folks, man. We embrace the invalidness. You know, we dare to be different, Cal.
So Jade actually can go for the power up here. Yeah, I think something has gone weird on Glutamic's side because I think he's having issues with the run button stuff here as well. Because yeah, you can see that's what I've been like thinking it's kind of weird for a while, but this seems to have been a bit more of an occurrence here. Something weird is going on his side.
Glutamic is just embracing. You know, there's Speedy Gonzalez, and then there's his cousin Slowpoke Rodriguez. You know, he's embracing the Slowpoke Rodriguez life, and we're okay with that.
What? Okay, so his time is still going, so the stream is not frozen on him. It's something weird. Oh, is he changing his? Maybe changing control stuff to try and make sure that it's working. Like if one button on this controller has failed, then you could remap to a different button. Yeah, because now he's running properly, so that might have been it actually. Which is completely fair. So long as your buttons are only mapped to one at a time, it's completely fair game. And it's still not running there though. Something strange is going on this side. I'm not really sure what.
You know what? Glutamic is embracing waddling like a penguin. You know, Penguin Mario. It's in Mario. I think it's in one of the Mario Galaxy games. And Glutamic is like, you know what? I wanted to play Mario Galaxy. Boom. I got it right now.
Yeah, it's the new Super Mario Bros. Games, like the Wii and U one. I know the thing that way. It's just it seems strange. And that's I think I see. I think I might see what the issue is. This seems like it's a turbo button issue. Because that constant tailspin is not intentional. That is a turbo button hold down for sure.
Can you do that? Use a turbo button?
I do not remember the stuff specifically for that, but something has triggered it. Zero wings like that's happened. Yeah. I wouldn't have thought so, but like, yeah, something has triggered the. I mean, it's clearly not helping. That's like half the thing. It's an accident. It must be an accidental hit.
So Jade is slightly ahead of Glutamic due to technical difficulties.
So hopefully that will have clued Glutamic into the issue. With the spin being there, it's like that confirms for sure what the problem is.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
it's a mapping issue.
Cat jumped on his keyboard. True. The king did answer for it.
Oh
Okay.
no, but wait a minute. If he can't ascertain P speed, he's gonna have a real hard time with
yeah, it's gonna be a
this
lot
stage.
harder with this stuff for sure. Yeah, I think we will switch over here.
Cal, can you map to keyboard controls? It would be god awful, but
yeah, and the default stuff for emulators would be to have keyboard mapping for sure. But I don't think that's necessarily going to help, because what needs to happen here is he needs to turn off the turbo. So however he accidentally turned it on in the first place, he needs to do that again in order to turn it off. Meanwhile, going through the rest of the stuff here. Yeah, I don't know if we've actually managed to figure it out yet.
because that's an issue.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And the only reason I was recommending keyboard controls is because, Cal, remember back in the day I used to play Zelda on keyboard?
Oh yeah, I know. It's possible, but what I'm saying is that I don't think the fact of what is going on at the moment is it's just constantly pressing the button, right? Because it's the turbo option and stuff is on. Even if you remap, I don't think that's gonna like turn that off per se. I think you need to.
Oh, I was thinking just remove joystick, map to keyboard, and that should eliminate turbo function. Because if the turbo is assigned to the controller,
yeah, it depends. It depends how it's set up. This, for the record, is why I don't even map turbo. Even if sometimes you really want it to save your fingers on certain machines. Because this World 7 was free, apparently, by the way. There was nothing going on in here. Oh well.
Also, GG's to Jade for using a star to get a star.
I mean, that does happen quite a bit. But yeah, so one of the things to note with the plant stage here, if you can, using stars on all the Nipper stages is definitely better, because you can just race through them like in one star proc. So it saves a lot of time overall. You don't have to faff around trying to get through the plants everywhere, which, as lovely as they look, are very slow. So you know,
if Glutamic has Glutamic fixed. Because if Glutamic doesn't fix, there's a couple of stages where it looks like he has.
Yeah, we'll have to see as more actual stages and stuff happen here. Because these ones, the basic platforming stuff really isn't too much of an issue, but
I saw him go a little bit faster than 0. which is an improvement. But he's gonna have stages where he's gonna need to go faster than 0, because the run for fun, the muncher,
this is
run.
Probably, this would be a bit more of an indicator. No, you can see the P speed at the bottom is still hovering 1-0. So no, whatever's happening a bit is just trying to power through at the moment. But
so when he hits the muncher run, he's gonna have a problem, because he's not gonna be able to hit those stars in time.
Jade was a little bit too early with the jump up there.
The World 7 airship, he's gonna have a problem with. Oh,
it's doable, but yeah, this is tough to see.
This is playing it. This is playing it on hard mode.
This is your grandpa's SMB3 at this point. Not to be
Yeah.
rude to anyone, it's just yeah. So I mean, again, you can see what's going on with it here, and that should be as if the tail wasn't already, that should be a surefire, like, massive indicator of this is what's wrong. You need to work out how that was enabled in the first place and
That's
disable
why I
it right
said at
now.
this point, I'm bleeding time. You have to ask yourself, I'm literally bleeding time. And can I beat the stages on 0 speed? Yeah. Do I want to? No. But you also have to be confident in
Oh
your
no! Wait, Jade's gonna try and skip this anyway,
the
but yeah,
muncher run.
this is going to be the end of it, isn't it? Because this is mandatory to do.
And see, this is what I was afraid of. Just what we were talking about, Cal, the muncher run. Because I don't know.
Still hasn't managed to fix it.
Because you need to have P-Speed in order to do the duck jumps. I mean, can you do it? Yes, but that duck jump under the pipe as Big Mario, not gonna happen.
I'm not sure. Can you actually do that one without? I guess it's probably spaced well enough, but like the second to third star transition is relatively tight. Can you even do it without?
Oh, the jump here, you need to have a little bit. Oh wow!
This jump is also awkward, to say the least. This one was also relatively free. What's going on here? No first try this time. It's because it wasn't with a tail. That's why, right?
Yeah. She can do tail clips very easy, but it needs a little extra gusto to do regular clips.
Still got it pretty quick though.
So as Glutamic does go through, oh, he can't even catch the mushroom. This is gonna be rough,
yeah,
and we're gonna see a game over, more likely than not. And you hate to see it like this, you know? I may be a Bowser supporter, but this is not the way to do it. So I think Glutamic is trying to remap those keys.
Well, his sprite is still moving, so it depends how the stuff is set up. But then if he's not got background input on, then he's not in that menu at the moment. But we'll see. Yeah, unfortunately, there's that's not really something that we have jurisdiction over to put it in, like the nice sort of term of it. A pause in the match would be nice in that sense, but he's definitely trying to do something. I see the mouse on screen now.
To pause the match, I don't think we can do that. Nor
Hammersuit coming from this world as well. Yeah, now he's in the menu stuff for it. Air Force. Every time this one comes up, I want to just say Deer Force, but it's not the right game for that, so,
Oh, Deer Force, yeah. The problem with asking for a pause, that stops the continuity of the second player.
Yeah, it's a massive flow disruption on Jade's side as well with that, and I'm sure she'd be fine with it, but it is an interruption to your own mental state with it as well. This could be. I mean, it again depends exactly how people want to handle the stuff here. I mean, maybe we end up having a redo of something because we did that with Meaty before, but everyone, of course, has got to agree with that, and including that
comes down to the council.
Yeah. Which is why I say we don't really have any sort of thing. Right, it's going again. Have we got it any better? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have. Okay.
So at this point, probably would just be advantageous to take the forced game over, just kind of shake it off.
It's tough though, isn't it? Because
he's only completed one stage.
Yeah, so like I can understand it in that perspective, but at the same time, it is still one stage you've got to go and redo, which is annoying. Oh, speaking of annoying, 5-8 with the tail here is not great. This stage is 100% consistent if you can do the P-speed strats vanilla. That's a really good backup for it, though. But this stage is a nightmare to do. Oh, yep. Nightmare to do when you can't do vanilla P-speed strats here, and
You
the
know,
tail prohibits that.
on Glutamic side, I would kill off the fort, take the intentional death, because forts stay gone. Because you don't want to get too far and then take a death. That would be my worst fear. Because when you're skirting on 0 lives, you know, things get kind of dicey. And I always like to err on the side of caution.
I can see that. At the same time, when we see the pipe there, it's like, well, this could just be one more level and the world is done, so
But
maybe
you
I
see,
just push on.
Jade is going through 8-1.
I do, yes. And this time having to do it normally, because no P-Wing coming in. Just gotta watch them. Yep, watch the spawn point and stuff. It is possible with a good, well-placed jump that you can actually ignore the Paracooper here as well, and full jump from the Bill Blaster to the one on the other side. But it is a bit precise. It is pretty easy to fall there, not jumping far enough.
Because he can't take the game. Like, this is exactly why.
This is the problem now. I mean, he didn't have any power-ups in his inventory, so that's a pretty huge issue.
Now you have more levels to make up. At least when you had the one level to make up, that's one thing. But when you have more levels to make up, then it becomes a bigger time sink.
This is the unfortunate bit, and then Glutamic unfortunately has forfeit here as well. It's saying had controller issues, then game overed. Yeah. So at this point, it's Jade's to lose, right? Because Jade just has to finish this from here, unless anything else happens with the bit.
And this is not the way to go.
No, it's not. I don't know if I could call this a particularly mean seed so far. There hasn't really been that much that's been ridiculous.
No.
From what we've noticed at the very least. Like, there's been a couple of foul things here and there, but nothing compared to what we'd expect. The first beta stage was rough, but yeah.
It comes down to, you know, the controller issue.
Yeah. So, yes, technically that cannonball... No, it's not. It's not. Technically, that cannonball did spawn in thin air. Those stages are supposed to be auto-scrollers, and cannons are, like, timed to be active at, like, you know, certain positions based on the screen scroll. When you take that scroll away, things get a bit weird in the edge cases, and the cannon will still fire, but it's not technically on screen anymore. Happens a lot in the World 1 airship as well, which is frustrating to say the least. Oh,
Jade
no.
misses the first class clip. So Jade just needs to hang on. And you kind of really feel bad for Glutamic because, you know, a dead controller, that can hurt in the worst way. I hope that, you know, the controller issue does get fixed on Glutamic's side.
Well, it seemed like it did. It's just obviously after the game over and stuff that way, it'd be a bit too like, yeah, there's no point thinking that. But unfortunately, we can't really do much about that at the moment. So we'll just stuff Iggy back in the locker as the nerd deserves, and move on with our life here and see what the next world.
We're gonna move on with the hopes and prayers that we get to see 7F2.
Because if we don't, I'm going to have to hold on to that until another commentary, and, you know...
No!
We can't have that.
It hurts. I just have to cough for a quick moment.
No idea if there would be any sort of rematch bid or not. I would imagine no, but the admins are discussing it, so it is very possible. Oh, did we get the flight? Yes, we get up there. Nice. Not going for the power box. That's perfectly fine as well. Just immediately getting through our Misty Lake fort over here.
Right.
Again.
And we're back in Alaska. That coffin was...
So we'll see, but for now, let's assume that it's going on as is, and just go through what. Oh, not taking the blind check first.
Very smart move. Gets to see that we needed to
he's
build
gonna get away with it. Okay.
2 bridges. Ouch.
Okay, I actually really like this play first of doing this particular fort. The logic
Getting
here,
the knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, no. The logic here is that if it breaks the lock, which is directly above the pipe, then you know that you don't have to do the level at the top. And, you just do the fort as before. But if it doesn't break the lock, this is the second fort that's been done in this world. We know it's going to make the bridge to go to the end. Which then means you definitely don't have to play the fort that's directly above the pipe, as is the case here. So, yeah, not going ahead and doing this stage and then trying to do the roundabout fort there. Yeah, I like this. I think it's because you either skip this stage or you skip the fort at the end. It's a really, really smart way of doing it. Gotta be
and
careful
we're
with
not
this,
going for the swagalicious turn everything
get out of the
into
way!
gold. You
Yep.
know what? The angry son was like, this is what you get for not turning everything into gold and showing off your wealth.
We're supposed to be on the Misty Lake here, but somehow Oku still used Subterranean Sun over the regular ground. I don't know how she did that, but yep, that's one very angry sun that just fused all over Jade there.
And it's still hanging around. It's like, yeah, I'll get you, my pretty, and your power-ups too. As did the Koopa shell, Cal. I think I would have gone for the fanfare. It's always good to have a couple of extra lives because you're not in a high-pressured situation like you were before, where time is of the essence. I mean, it may still be, but... And we're on our great world airship here. We're on
a little bit too far on that one. Yeah. Good awareness to make sure that you don't overshoot the thing with it, but yeah, just as unfortunate, slightly too far off of that jump to continue with the P-speed there. Yep, that's not too... Oh, only one hit, okay.
Wow, Lemmy. How disappointing. You had the concerto master out there singing great songs. And now you come in and just a one hit. The circuses have gone downhill. And that's why they're not around anymore, Cal, because of performers like that.
It's funny because we still get a traveling circus up here from time to time. It's kind of interesting. Never actually been there. No hammers here either. Dude, what have we done today? I guess
they are hammer poor.
How many Hammer Bros and stuff have we actually fought this seed though? Because I don't feel like
None really.
I don't feel like we've really been seeing. I know we've been trying to focus a lot on Glutamic side, but I don't feel like with how quick some of the ouch. That's why I dot jump there, by the way. If you've ever seen me do that, the thing of a dot jump through the bit so that I don't get hit by the Lakitu at the top there.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered about that.
It also does help a little bit to get through there consistently because you don't bonk on the platform side as a bit, but it's mostly so that if he flies overhead like that you don't actually get hit on the spot there.
And we are in 3-7, folks. Let's see what item we're gonna get today. What item are you hoping for, Cal?
You know, put us out of our misery. Give us the hammer. I want to know what it does.
Like, put us. All right. So Cal wants us to be Old Yeller,
Oh,
but
that's
we
pretty good
anger.
too. That one coin will tell its people of the slaughter that happened today. By the way, Jade left a singular coin in that bit at the top, and yep. It's sometimes if you're feeling particularly mean, then you can do that to one of the 3 fish at the start of 3F2.
That coin is like, let me tell you the tale of my people. This plumber came in and took all of them. I was left alone. I will die after this generation. I mean, like, it's rough.
Yeah, if you're feeling particularly salty towards having an invalid seed, do that to just one of the cheap sheeps at the start of 3F2. Just kill 2 of them, leave one of them alive, and have it be the blind leading the blind situation for it.
I know, right?
So,
And
6,
we
4.
have Jade with a cuddle bear.
No
Jade!
more.
Jade, how could you? Teddy bears are where it is at. You know? My dog in Fallout plays with his teddy bear. It is rude for you to just kill off the teddy bears.
I mean, just look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The teddy card is the best in the game, right? It's the meta. So clearly.
Meanwhile, you smoke us in Mario Kart 2. Rick is still suffering PTSD. You know.
Oh, this is a really good one. Get the P speed. I mean, that's one way of doing it for sure. You can just run straight down there and get it from the jump at the bottom, but yeah, it's not a bad way of doing it either. That's like a more traditional way of doing it without the star, because you want to jump over the enemies that are there, right? So that's the more muscle memory sort of way of doing it.
Yes. And getting ready to use the star, probably to get a star, but it's a cloud. Interesting.
That's still pretty good, yeah.
And we are aboard.
Ow. Yep.
You know what? That's the best way. If you're gonna take a bullet, you know, people have shields. Like Link has his shield, Mario has his face. Hey, this is the best way to capture a bullet. He's like, you know what? I got my face. I don't need nothing else. I'm from Brooklyn.
He like tried to use his cap as defense there, but unfortunately we are like, what, 30 years too early for that to work, so you can't take control of the bullet bill.
You know what? I would have thought it's because he has no brains, so that's probably why he used his head as defense. I am Team Luigi. I am Team Ouija, man. Ouija. Bring Luigi. Luigi should have been playing number 1. And people in chat can get angry with me, but Luigi is where it's at.
I want to disagree, but not for this reason, but I do also just use the Dungeon Green skin and nothing else in this game. Oh, another beta stage, nice. There's a couple of platforms above this one as well, which are in a very weird spot. We'll see
that's
we get them
Jade
right here.
Uses. See that sprite Jade is using? That's the correct sprite. Ouija.
So there were there's actually 2 platforms off the top of the screen in that first section that you can use to avoid most of the dangerous enemies in here. Overall, this is not the most dangerous of the levels, but there's a bit of a blind jump onto the moving platform in the middle. So I've been keeping an eye on the race chat stuff here as well. It looks like if Glutamic can get a different controller going, we will, just like Mealy had before, we will be able to get a re-race here. And this is why you will see the pause on Jade's side at the moment, is because she's now asking, what do I do with this then? Do I keep going, or do we... I would probably say keep going for now, but...
Keep going, Jade! We need to see if 7F2 is here! Yes! The reference! The reference is coming!
So, we have had this one called on your side, right? You call this?
The fort of love, happiness, and relaxation. The greatest place in travel destinations. Oh, baby.
Yep. So remember that Tozzle had hearts as the fireballs recently, and I referred to that as the embers of love. This is Hartman's yokai fort. Koichi Komeji from Toho is one that uses brambles a lot as part of her attack pattern stuff, and she has a spell card called the Embers of Love. So we'll combine all of it here into one full-on reference, and yeah, that is what I will now be referring to as.
Yes, Toho people, unite and understand the greatness that is 7F2, and it has been summoned
In World 7 too, how about that?
Yes, it's amazing. Even though Cloudland absolutely is the worst land for me, and it looks like Jade is gonna finish these two. We got a hand stage with the fishies. Woo! Seafood attacks. You know, you have Mars attacks of the killer tomatoes, and this is the attack of the killer fish sticks. And we absolutely adore them for it.
Inaccurate lore-wise, however, because for Mario Maker 2, we know that they should be on fire as well.
Oh, that would be amazing. Can you imagine? You know, Mrs. Paul's fish sticks come and attack you. You know, give me some chips to go with it and some tartar sauce, and we're good to go, man. I'd be like, yeah, give me just some newspaper, and we could roll it up, Cal, because we about that life.
Oh, getting hit by the initial attack there as well is frustrating. So yeah, as I mentioned it briefly before, but as a full-on update for the stuff here, we are going to re-race this if Glutamic can get a different controller, just like with Meaty Guy and the EverDrive Crash before. It's a one-time thing with it if he can get this going. Next time round, if it happens again, then it will just be accepted game state, basically. But for now, just in case that does not happen, Jade still should finish the seed, which is what's happening at the moment, because if there isn't another controller found or anything, there's no race to redo, right? So we are still going to see what this World 8 has for us here. Ha! Level appropriate, I suppose. What did people start calling this? It was a traditional seed, I believe. Being World 8 fought in World 8.
You know what? I will call it too legit to quit, Cal. It doesn't
That's pretty good too.
Yes, we will say that Cal is too legit to quit because he is that amazing. That is why. He is my senpai for a reason. He is that good. Yes.
Excellent one cycle there as well. That makes up a lot for the last seed, I think.
Oh yeah, everything makes up for the last seed, man. Hey, I'm horrible. So you get to roll seed number 3, and I'll just salute you.
Fantastic. We still didn't get to know, did we? There wasn't a single hammer in this one either.
But do we roll it? So it rolls as another 2 seed.
I'm assuming we would, yeah. We're just gonna be careful a little bit here. Yeah, I think even if they did break locks, we found out, we would still re-roll this as a 2 seed.
Rematch,
yeah, that's what it was supposed to be. Therefore, that's what I think we'd re-roll it as. Ooh, gets the star. Okay, so not amazing for the stuff here, but it does let you be a little bit cheekier with this.
Now, the sad irony is, though, Cal, we would not be having a potential rematch if Glutamic had just taken that strategic death.
Well, probably not. We'd still have to see afterwards, but probably not. So yeah, just for anyone who's coming in now, unfortunately, Glutamic had some sort of controller malfunction with a bit. The turbo definitely did seem to just be stuck on. From what he was saying in the chat, is like he tried turning that off and it didn't really work, so he just had to quickly keep plug the controller and stuff to try and make it ding it in, but it was causing an inability to run and all of the fun stuff associated with that. So like, yeah, basically his controller completely malfunctioned off it as we're still trying to find our ending here, which fort actually gets us to the end in World 8. So yeah, controller malfunction. From our perspective, at least, the turbo button was just on and could not be switched off at any point with it. So the admins have gone over the stuff. Danny has very nicely said if he's just found an old controller. So we will be hopefully doing a re-roll of this, and we'll have an actual like rematch of the stuff here, because it's fact is more or less outside his control, really, with the stuff here, and yeah.
And we're in 5-3 on Jade's side with another tame enemy set. You know, between the two of us, we've been rolling really tame enemies, Cal.
Yeah. Sometimes we want to. These guys are 1 and 3. We want to give them at least a little bit of leeway sometimes, right?
Oh, you want to make it so you can face them. I gotcha, Cal. Wink, wink. I gotcha.
Sadly, I don't think that can happen at this point with me being 4 and 2. So I don't think I have any stakes in this in that aspect.
Eventually, you know, math is fun. We'll use some algebra. You know, x squared minus y equals 0. We'll use something. You know, we'll make it happen.
Besides, if I played one of these two, Midi would be very disappointed because he wants to play me so badly next week.
I want Midi versus you too, because it would be absolutely fabulous. Because Midi has already said, because I've said I am going to come this race, even if I have to not sleep. But depending, because I know you have EU time. So I said, even if I have to go Team Insomnia, because I'm East Coast, I am going to commentate this race because Midi has promised to wear the heart skins so we can have the love and happiness theme going on. And I'm going to try my hardest to beg, borrow, and do whatever I can to see if I can get Leslie to co-com with me. Because that would be absolutely the most memeiest group of commentators that we could possibly get.
Oh,
I don't know if I can, because he kind of works. But, you know, we just need complete memeage.
As lovely as that would be, if I do end up playing Midi, I'm not sure immediately if I could reciprocate that. Those hitboxes, obviously the hitbox is not different, but those sprites looked way confusing to me in terms of where's the hit for it. I know, but it would be funny. It would be funny.
But Midi has agreed to it, because Midi is our meme overlord. He is not even meme lord. He's the meme overlord. He is the Eins ul Goon.
So I'm not. Oh no!
It's a wasted.
It's the poison cloud. Floor 91 of the pit of 100 trials.
The anchor is a cloud.
Okay, so I don't know why Jade went back to the first screen of the bit, because we saw that the lock in the overworld did break the. Oh, yikes! We did see that the overworld did actually have a lock. No, yeah, this is the annoying thing about going bottom path. Nothing but the star. The star is really good for this fort, to be fair. But yeah, no, we saw with the last fort that she did that lock in this world broke. So I'm not entirely sure why we went all the way back to.
With the, I won't lie, but with the star, I probably would have stayed upstairs.
Yep.
And just ran it out.
Yep. If you're quick enough, you can actually use the star to knock out the troll swamp in the way and get yourself to the second section.
Because this here is so dangerous on the bottom path because of the disobedient hot feet.
Yep.
gets through. Poor innocent Boom Boom. And trudges on. So nothing broke. So I would go back to...
Yeah, I think this might be the last one, right? I think she's done all 4 at this point. It has been a little bit tricky to keep up. Apologies for you know, not being as with it within this one. Of course, there's a lot of external factors going on at the moment.
And Boss Danny is handling things behind the scenes because he is just that dude.
Yep.
And that
I caught a bit of flack from, like, jokingly, but I caught a bit of flack from Danny recently for saying that Ratboy was the person to beat in this tourney. He's like, I'll remember that. It's like, well, you gotta start dying less if you want to, if you want me to say you're the one to beat here. Oh, face left! No, Jade, face left! Okay, there's no boo there this time, but you got lucky.
Discless, let's go, Jade!
We're going for the clip here again. I think the positioning is mostly fine. It's just it's very awkward, but I think the positioning.
Some of those jumps are early.
Realistically, this position is fine if you have P speed. That's really what this is best with. It is very annoying to do this without. Like, it's certainly possible, but you really do need to try and have like P speed built here in order to make it more consistent. Just like all the other clips in this set, like yeah, you can get it. It's completely fine, but ideally you would want P speed enabled for that. But keeping that built up is really tough to do.
Now I'll tell you, this tournament has so many great players. But usually when it comes in the finals, this is what I'm gonna honestly expect. And this, I know you're gonna be one of them, Cal. I have full faith in you, Cal.
We'll see.
You're my senpai. You're the man who taught me everything I need to know in Zelda.
Yeah, but if I get mustered again immediately, then I might be in trouble, mightn't I?
And I'm expecting you against Boss Danny P Speed.
Not gonna lie, that would be awesome. Meanwhile, race finished here in 45:39 as the
good going,
time
Jay.
of it here. So yeah.
And that will be a Slobberknocker of all Slobberknockers, because both of you are such experienced players. Because, yeah, even though it's so hard to call him Danny P Speed, because I'm so used to calling him DLP, but he's a champ of all champs. And you are the unicorn man, because I know you are capable of breaking speeds, man. They have cow speed. I don't even call it regular speed, it's cow speed. So, I know what both you guys are capable of. Ratboy, he's someone to fear. He's new, but he's rough, he's tough. And then you've got Froggy, who's a veteran. You've got, Boss Dawson, who's in there, who can duke it out with the best of them. You got Macobra. You got so many, really tough people. But I gotta put my shekels on you, Senpai. Senpai, you gotta do it, Senpai. You can do it.
Well, I will try my best. I have had 2 of these tournaments so far. The first one in 2019. God, I feel old with that now. I was top 4. That was the first. Like, people hadn't heard of me before that, and yeah, I got Mitch in my groups, and I tied him, so that was pretty good. And then I lost to Hacksaw in top 8 of the second one. I mean, you can't fault that. Hacksaw is insane at this as well.
I remember Hacksaw. Oh my god.
And like Teeks was in that one as well.
Teeksy, Hacksaw, Growlwolf. Woo! Me and Growl used to go, oh woo! Back in the days of the Super Mario Brothers 3 channel.
Yeah, so there's a lot of amazing people that have come in and out of this. Like we didn't even mention like the person I lost to in top 4 Classic Gamer was absolutely absurd with this as well. And of course, Human Mustard is still kicking here as
And
well,
Chad
being amazing.
is telling me about Pro A. I forgot about Pro A. Yeah, Pro A is another one. Yeah, they get so many tough people. That's why when League comes along, you know, I hope that they make an EU, you know, friendly division, so that way the EU runners and across the pond can show their stuff, because you guys are so darn tough, you know, because Japazu, you know, and then we have some other EU runners that are really, really good. And I'm willing to, you know, help micromanage that, even if it means, you know, asking Diesel to guide me in the senpai ways of, you know, joining Restream for SpeedGaming to help you guys along with that. I think you Restream for SpeedGaming too, Cal. So, you know, to help with that, because our EU Super Mario Brothers 3 people are just so amazing that
I've seen what, there's at least 3, because I know True Hyper Mario Joker Body, there's at least one other person that's from Finland in this, right? This year? I'm sure.
Yeah.
I know at least 2. I'm sure there's like 3 or 4, right? So definitely, as Pro has been telling me as we've gone along, there's been more of a European slant to stuff here as well, and it's great to see, because I wasn't the only one, but I was almost the only one for the first like couple of years that I was doing stuff that was even in this sort of bit, which it makes it difficult when everything starts at like late night for, you know, 9 p.m. Eastern or something. It's like 2 in the morning for me. I can't really join that sort of thing.
So looks like on the back end, I guess they're doing stuff. And
yes, Paradox as well. Yeah.
Yes, DLP is, thank you for granting me such privileges to call you by your original name, DLP, because, you know, when you hit my age, you know, you can't forget all these newfangled naming majigs. It's trash talking. I can't trash talk. I've been asking you for a Game Genie League for Infinite Lives, so that way I could get out of World 1. You know? So that way, because everybody's been, Cal, itching for me to join, you included. You know, but I'm not. I've been playing Kingslayer League with Hayfield Bay and Nobly from Z3.
Nice.
So
yeah,
I've been trying to get some Z3 runners into Super Mario Brothers 3 Rando, and probably next year I might be able to bring in about 5.
That would be really cool. I try my best to coax Rick to play as well. Rick even to play as well here, and he just was like, "Nah." Oh well.
Well, I'm trying to get Magnet Hands. Hayfield Bay already said if we can get EU friendly times.
Yeah,
so
Hayfield would be great to see here. Yeah.
Hayfield Bay, Nobly. They're actually having a special Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer event that I'm going to be commentating for in June.
Awesome.
So they said if we can get more EU-friendly times, then they're coming on board, and you know, I'll come, and then Magnet Hands is thinking about coming in. I'm gonna try to bring in maybe Gamachu and beer, so it should be fun.
That would be fantastic, yeah.
And maybe we can even have the great Zelda versus Mario tournament, where the Zelda runners challenge you Mario runners, and see if we can do it better than y'all can. In which, Cal, you'd have to actually run as a Zelda runner.
Oh, I am not good with that game anymore. And I have not played that in forever.
We'll be running Super Mario Brothers 3 Rando, but you would be
Oh,
Team
you on
Zelda.
Team Zelda? Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Yes, you would be Team Zelda, and then we would be going up against you Mario runners to show you guys how to do it. And then we can start trash talking because we'll actually have decent people.
I was gonna say not to believe at that point, but I will give as good as I can if we do meet up, Danny. That's all I can really say with it. I think that's the same for everyone here. That I give as good as I get with it. Really,
You know what?
I think we could have a decent game set anyhow.
If they want to run Z1R, I could actually handle Z1R. I run Z1R, so I could take you guys on. And we are getting set up in the background for a rematch for those who are wondering why there's just talking going on, and we're throwing out some ideas for some trash talking, and y'all know that I can trash talk with the best of them. I can't play worth the darn, but if DLP allows for the Game Genie League for the people who are sub Tanuki, then I'll actually join League next League time. But right now my time, Cal, is 55 minutes. So it requires that I need a little more extra lives in order to do it. If I have a Game Genie and infinite lives, then that makes my time 40 minutes. But if I die a lot, then obviously that does take more time to do. But yeah. I am working on doing better and playing Mario, but I need a mentor to teach me these strats.
Fair dues.
Yeah, and it was fun playing 7F2. I died a lot, and I was laughing as I died, but it was, it was great fun. I was like, yay, my favorite fort killed me.
I need to work out what stuff I want to actually practice / learn for the next couple of weeks and whatnot, because Ratboys extended the invitation at one point that I can, not quite have a catch up is the wrong word for it, but let's face it, I've been away from this for 4 years or whatever. There have been some evolutions on strats, we shall say. There's a few things that I've seen that are whoa, that's really cool, and that was never even something that was close to existing when I played that. For example, we haven't seen it in these races because they just tail clipped it first try, but 7-6 has got a flyover strat if you're not comfortable doing the clip stuff, where you can actually build up P-speed on the pipe. I have managed it a couple of times, but I don't know if there's an easier way of doing it than what I've intuited myself. So
Fun fact, Cal, because I've been watching the Warpless religiously. 7-6, the true NMG strat is to hold a P-Wing and use it on it.
Yep. And it would be here as well if we could predict that's what the level is going to be. But obviously we don't know beforehand. That's half the fun of the randomizer. So we don't actually know before it shows up whether or not it's
what I would do? Just take the 100 coin fine and P-Wing it.
Yeah, I mean that's legit. If you've got the stuff for it, that's completely fine too.
Well, see, I'd be one of those people who would just, put on my best para hat and just embrace the mushroom pawn shop and just spend 3 minutes just straight up getting lots of items. And that's the other reason why my times are so long, because I'm getting lots of items, because I know I die a lot. So get lots of items, be stocked and ready. I'm locked and loaded. I ditch every frog suit. Sorry human mustard, I can't frog to save my life. And go out there and play. And that's something I would say to anybody who's interested and learning randomizer. You know, a lot of people say jump immediately into rando. I'm gonna advise don't do that. Why? Play vanilla first. Get used to the mechanics.
Yep.
You know, if you go into rando, it can be quite daunting because you're dealing with different enemy sets. And, you know, if you get into a level and you have a fire enemy set and you don't know how to play, it can get overwhelming, and then it may be that you want to quit because you're like, this is too hard. But if you play vanilla and you get used to how to run this stage, then no matter what enemy set you get, you're able to handle it because you know how to run the stage. You know, and I think Cal would agree with me on that. You know, it's good to play vanilla first.
Yeah, I think for any game that you want to do a randomizer for, you really need to actually like have a baseline in the vanilla game first. Like, maybe compared to Zelda 3, this is one that you could get away with just jumping straight into, because it's not as if you have to know where all the item locations are and such. But even here, I think it is best if you actually play the vanilla game first, get, as you say, get used to the controls and whatnot, see what a baseline look at the levels is like, and then go from there. Yeah, like some people will do it. Paradox has apparently never played vanilla and almost had won it a couple of times. Like, it is possible. I hadn't played very much vanilla in comparison, not for like, you know, over 15 years or whatever before looking into the rando, but I still sort of went back a little bit afterwards, and I have not a particularly good time at the bit. I could have done it faster, but I had actually done like a sub-hour time in the end on the thing, so like top 200 or whatever. Who cares with the stuff in vanilla? But it's still like I've eventually gone back and done it, but kind of similar in a way to Zelda stuff. Like, a lot more of it has been from the randomizer. But the thing to note,
like the Z3 was a little bit different because you were my senpai in that, and that's how I learned, you know, all the glitches, you know, and made me a dirty hula hand starter. And, you know,
that was the strat back in the day, though.
I know. I get yelled at it, you know, now because I'll hula hand start and open and just make everybody go, my eyes. And,
yeah, Playco's going insane with this stuff. Like I said in my interview in my like game on Tuesday, I have full faith that Playco can take a game off a pro. Yeah, work to do, but definitely a huge improvement going through, and I think it's fantastic with the stuff that way. The race room is up, by the way, if you want to gatekeep this one as well.
Is it
available? Yep.
Let me go. Wowzers! Let me join.
Yeah, and Ratboy, you've got exactly the bit. It's like, I mean, I don't know nearly as many of the regular P-Speed strats for the stuff, but then I've tried to learn as many of them that I think are generally applicable in basically all situations.
I think, you know, in the case of Ratboy, who's like naturally talented and, you know, has like he has the glow like Leroy from the last dragon, who can start off in rando and just ace it. You know, me, who's like Shonuff and has got that broken, you know, glow, and I'm not the prettiest Shonuff. And you know, I have to go vanilla first because I need to know where stuff is located, and hope I can say, well, this is where a vanilla power up is going to be, so that way I have that safety.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know where the safeties are or should be. And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But at least I know that's where it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can watch your favorite rando runners, you know, and learn that way, you know, like distance learning. But for newer runners, like take Kaio, who is entering this for the first time. I think Kaio is the bravest little toaster that has ever toasted toast from Hotel Mario. And he's amazing. And he perseveres every tournament and gets better. But the first time he tried, he played this game blindly. And he had a huge problem in 7F1. And this is where your vanilla knowledge comes in, because you know that there's the pipe that you have to fly into. And that's something you don't learn in Rando by playing Rando right out the gate. So there's some argument for knowing enough about vanilla in order to play Rando. And I think that's with any randomizer game. You should know a little bit about the vanilla, at least the world layouts and the level layouts, so that way you can play it and get through it okay. So it looks like our racers are ready. DLP, are you gatekeeping or me?
So here's a fun little bit of baby cow lore, if you will. As a kid, I couldn't work out 8 Fort. Like, I couldn't work out the P-switch thing at the end, right, to get to the final bit. I did not see that a door appeared at the very end of the part. So, like, yeah, I couldn't work that out. I always had to have a cloud save. I could do the rest of the game, but I had to have a cloud save for that because I could never figure it out. And that is the sort of thing that if you've never played the game before, you probably will get tripped up by something like that in the Rando, even, because it is still the same general principle. So take it, even if it's just take one playthrough and just go through the levels first. I would recommend that, just to make sure you don't get tripped up by something as silly as that. There's a couple of archaic level designs that way that, as you mentioned, 7F1 is another big one there. Yeah. So, as we have mentioned, we are re-rolling this one because of technical issues on the first race here between these two. This is still the 2C flag set. We still didn't find a hammer in the second seed, so even if we knew, we would still be rolling this as a 2C, but we don't. So, yeah, the second 2C seed in a row, I suppose. And that means that hammers may or may not break locks if we ever find one. We'll just have to see.
And we can totally blame this 100% on Cal. I don't know why, but we'll just blame it on Cal. You know, I am innocent. Yeah.
Well, I did roll this seed as well, so and I will happily take it.
Yes. Own it. Own it, Cal. Own it. Yeah. So, by having game 3, that means we have an extra opportunity to enjoy the blessedness of 7F2, folks. And to quote, to agree wholeheartedly with Danny Peacepeed, aka DLP, the GOAT. Woo! Kaio has made so much improvement. That's why you cannot help but root for Kaio every time he plays.
Oh, look at
and
that!
We got a 3.
And the optional one straight away here. Okay. So, Angelicjade is taking a risk continuing with this fort, but we'll see. So we call this one, or at least I call this one, the optional one. People have got different names for it. The optional fort refers to the fact that this technically isn't required in order to beat the world. The way one fort works is if you take the item at the top, we didn't get a chance to because there's no leaf, but who cares? This time, we will break a lock somewhere in this world. But if you take the item, the lock doesn't break, which means this cannot ban you from progressing through the seed. This lock will be somewhere that is not mandatory to progress through. It is not the one that's directly above below the third fort, so that's good. It could be a shortcut, but it could also just be in the secondary area where the warp whistle usually is, and you just get nothing for it. Meanwhile, we have 5-4 over here. Hopefully
And,
not too dangerous. Just a giant goop.
and Cal is calling it the optional fort. We know it as the bootleg basic fort.
Yeah, that's totally
you,
fine too.
you have such nice professional names for it, whereas like I have the most jank name for it. I feel so unprofessional when I'm around you,
Oh,
Cal.
it's
I,
all. I would.
I, am in need of some education. I need to. That'll learn me. That'll show me, Cal. Also, Jade is going
Sheesh.
through her fidget spinners of doom. That's what I call those loving things.
Well, getting the P-Speed for it as well is pretty good. I hate even trying to go for the P-Speed here. Because I always get caught on the lag spike that happens in the middle of it, so it just doesn't really work for me. Okay, so there is a very good chance that lock down the bottom is the one that Jade has already broken. It's obviously it's a 50-50 off it, but we will see after the gatekeep fort comes up here. And if that's the case, I believe that means that this level can get skipped. Excellent jump on the Lactu there as well. Getting over the top is super good. See, Jade already had a power-up going in here because of 1-4, right? So
Yes.
didn't have to, or didn't feel like she had to go and check the box down the bottom. We're gonna get the one cycle on Glutamic's end here. Yes, good stuff.
Alright, let's hope that this was a 10,000 IQ Giga Brain move to play Basic Fort.
It was. Yeah. Okay. So this is advantage Jade for the moment then, because this also skips 2 levels here as well. When you actually look at that, and Glutamic's worked it out, going, I need to do this fort down the bottom. This will be faster. Get 1 level done compared to 2. So yeah, no power ups in this stage. One quick thing to note with the Hammer Bro stuff there, if you see the 2-tier thing, it is the 4th box in the bottom row that can have the power up. If that doesn't have one, the last box on the right hand side can. Yo! There we go. That is beautiful to see the vanilla P-Speed strats getting into the pipe for 7-6 there.
That is some hype. Avoiding the run for fun.
Yep.
Jade showing up and showing out. Wow.
Fantastic. Yeah, so the last power-up spot that you can have in the Hammer Bro stage, if you have one in the 4th one on the bottom row, the top right box on the 2nd row can also have one, but it's just random what layout you get.
That is unfortunately not the power-up she was hoping to see.
Yeah, so abandoning the P-Speed strat here, trying to get another power-up, not happening here unfortunately, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad as the star run is about to start on Glutamic's side. We'll see if the 2-star can happen here. It's very possible to skip the last box on this and get a clear in 2, but to do that you need to not bump against the wall like that basically. And also, yeah, that's another problem if you're a bit slow there.
That was a very smooth but harrowing fight against the very salty but not hypertensive Morton Cooper Jr. on Jade's side.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Because he was earthquakey.
Yep. So for anyone who hasn't seen the randomized stuff before, I know we have a lot of new people that come into this as well. The earthquake properties of the Koopalings, Roy and Ludwig have been randomized to any of the others in the seed as well. Pretty sure that Lemmy can still have them even though he doesn't actually jump. So you might only get 1 during a seed, but yeah, in this case Morton had them insteed. 4-2 over here, no legendary double boss bass this time, I am disappointed. But that's okay. Good P-Speed, I need to relearn this one. You can keep P-Speed stuff there very nicely, but just haven't practiced it in a while, so go back to the tank for that one.
It was a double friendly cheat sheet.
Glutamic. Okay, there we go. Jumping just I do that all the time. Is jumping just a little bit too early. Okay, so get the Hammer Bro done. could have probably hit it from underneath, but that's fine. Yeah, so you see Jade just checking the 2 blocks that I mentioned before there. No power-ups in either of them this time, but there's no need to bonk all of them. That's something you'll see a lot of newer players do, is because they don't know that it's specific blocks that can have power-ups. That's a little bit of vanilla knowledge you can take here. Okay, if we can get the legendary hammer out of one of these 2 bros, we could skip a couple of stages here. But
legendary hammer. We haven't seen hammers in so long, my friend. We're just gonna say this is hammerless.
They're stuck in the Palace of Darkness. That's the problem, right?
Exactly.
That's in World 8, so we can't get them until then.
You ain't kidding. This is like a swordless seed, just hammerless.
Oh man. I remember when Swordless first came out with this stuff that way too, and you were not guaranteed to find silvers like anywhere.
Oh no!
And
Jade,
yeah,
there we go.
I think, like, I was trying to see, maybe there was a bit of a duck swim at the start there as well, because normally you want a duck jump to hit the hammer bro there, like the fire bro, and it obviously does not work out when you can't duck, because in the water you will just start swimming. This is I told you, check this limit here with it. It's fine, I think, in this case, because I'm pretty sure maybe it's not fine actually, because do we still need the lock to progress? Like, I think so, right? So maybe it's not fine. Yeah, this little bit is invisible to most pipe transitions, and if it hides a fort, then it's very, very annoying to have to backtrack, especially if it's breaking a lock or building a bridge at the very end of the world. So always check this before doing any pipe movement if you have the option to.
Absolutely.
Looks like it wasn't necessary though, so okay. Well, I mean, I think I was looking more at Glutamic's side without seeing what broke before, so that was entirely optional. Unfortunate.
Hey, a beta stage!
I hate this one. It should be so easy and so quick, but the vertical scrolling changes.
Hey, you got your mythical hammer.
Yeah. You could skip 2 stages with this if you want. I think that's what Glutamic might be aiming to do. I hope that doesn't break the lock instead. I forget what priority this stuff has here. Okay. So this stage is really annoying because depending on where the vertical scroll is when you reach the enemy spawns, it will determine where they are. But enemies like the Goomba will drop instantly. Enemies like that will just be like so low down. Oh, let's go!
For the greatest travel destination that ever existed.
And the angry sun is there as well.
Yeah. Oh no! Well, there goes any hopes of clipping for you.
I regret nothing.
Oh my! I just love my senpai right now. I am so happy. Because there are no clips for you.
This is what you wanted, right? Oh, yeah.
Yes! And it claims its first victim, Alcatraz, where you go and have a good time.
So, P-Wing is really good for this because it means you can go ahead and, like, anticipate if the sun is right down the bottom as you're going down the pipe, you get to just, like, fly for it and it's fine. The other thing is probably the best plan of action here in this particular one is to do that, basically. Let the sun get KO'd by the cloud itself, or an ice block, one of the two. Let it get KO'd by something so that you can just skip through. There are 2 power-ups in this stage. It's not guaranteed that they're going to be power-ups, but there are 2 blocks. One on the far left of this first bit, one here. You can actually go up that pipe as well. The fact of Glutamic came in with a P-Wing is pretty good here, because it means you can just fly straight over this bit at the end. You don't have to build the bridges. If you are large Mario, there is a clip that you can do there in order to avoid going through again. Same with this bit. I think Jade's gonna go for the clip. I don't know if it's... Okay, I mean, you get it. Second try is really good. Might not be worth going for that one too much, because it isn't that long of a pathway down. Gotta get rid of the Cooper! Thank you.
There we go.
Are we back in 539? That's pretty good. One up blocks like that are not randomized either. Get stomped on. Okay, Jade's going for the clip here. I personally like to only like enable the last 3 blocks here because I find it easier to like do the tell. But
You know
great
what?
clip through. You know.
Respect on Jade's side. She went through Alcatraz the hard way.
First try and a small going in. Really impressive, yeah.
And let's see what is in Vanilla World 10. Oh, that was the beta level.
Yep. As we get here with the World 3 airship, takes the hit, unfortunate there. So, I'm old-fashioned with this, but I did not know there was a full P-speed strat for this. This might be one of the things that I asked Ratboy about. But back in the day, there was so-called fake P-speed that you get on this one by basically building up P-speed on that second section, like going above the diagonal cannons and whatnot. You can build up P-speed there, but it's really tough and kind of impractical to jump with the P-speed there. Oh god, this blooper is out for blood. But yeah, the idea is that you actually just jump as soon as you like run off the platform, and you have P-speed until you land on the ground again for more than like a couple of frames. So you can just kind of, if you jump frame perfectly, you can keep it all the way to the end anyway. And it's so-called fake P-speed because you're not technically under P-speed, but you can still sort of keep that movement. If you've ever seen like jumping in 6-8 or something after a slide down the hill at the end, and you see that Mario's got his arms out and he's still wiggling his legs and stuff as well, that's the same idea, but it's a lot easier to execute because you're just sliding down the hill first.
And Jade gets through her battle with the Clown Prince.
That's not high enough to get the quick thing.
No, just barely missed it.
So 3-8, no problem for Glutamic over here. Yeah, having the hammer and stuff. Did Jade even get that hammer, like from the Hammer Bros? I think
no.
some were fought, but I think Jade has been skipping like basically every bro fight that's possible at the moment.
She's playing like she's behind right now, and she is a little bit behind.
Yeah, the level skips have really put this back in Glutamic's favor for now. 5F2. Who invented upside down lava anyway? Like, oh, bit short on the jump. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's not a power-up you really wanted to see too much either. Could get the probe, but highly doubt it.
No, I don't think it's possible with that one.
I don't think so either.
Maybe if you could get it to like bounce across, I don't even know if you can do that, but maybe if you could get it to bounce across a fair bit and go from there, like it's possible, but it would be impractical and slower anyway, so... Oh no! Wow, that's uncharacteristic. Okay, and one of the easier scenarios for it is Jade is going through super quick here. Gets the vanilla strat. That's one that is usually scarier than it looks to do. It is possible if you jump too early that you can get it messed up, but for the most part, it's the
Here's a boss fest right in your face.
In Mr. Fish we trust.
Yes, and speaking of 610, here we are.
Are we going to see a Fisher's Wren come up here? Because that would be ideal. Nope.
And Glutamic is trying to grab that star with every fiber of his being. As Jade enters 610 as well.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong spot anyway, Mr. Fish. Your hidden ability is Sand Rush, not Swift Swim. Or Slush Rush.
Go.
So.
There we go. And this is not a good position for Jade at the moment, but makes it through.
Yeah, I think she should be fine. Yeah, just gotta be careful in case. No! In case of that, apparently.
Well,
I'm
Cal,
so
there
sorry.
you go. That's
I'm
some
so sorry.
butsy. That's some butsy level cursing right there.
So 6-9 is the other option. Going for the wall jump here. This is much more possible when small. So hopefully, this is
Yeah,
one I need
it's a
to.
matter of getting right there on that pixel.
This
You
is one
know?
I also need to practice because I haven't even really attempted this much in a while. Yeah, Jade's just given up at this point. It's around like. To be fair, usually when I'm get into this stage, I'm not even small in the first place, so it just doesn't feel worth going for. But it's certainly something you should have in the back pocket if you're sort of wanting to try new strats and stuff out here. Meanwhile, Glutamic getting the first class this time. Definitely can switch over for that. Awesome to see that we do manage to get up to the top path there. It's funny because Earthquake Wendy too. One of the cool things about the World 6 airships, because Lemmy is on the circus ball usually. He's above the ground. Oh no! Get up the pipe. He's above the ground usually, so that means the spawn point for every other Koopaling is also in the air. They drop down to the ground first before you do, so you can tell immediately if it's an earthquake fight and prepare appropriately. Yeah, wall jumps do suck, Rat Boy. I completely agree. But oh no, you know what else sucks? Getting a Paragoomba landing on you. That definitely also sucks. Can confirm. Okay, so World 4 starting off with 6F1 over here.
The escalator fort. And Glutamic is gonna naturally take that.
No, Riker Rider would be disappointed. No 30 frame per second jumping over here.
Oh, not everybody's gonna be teaks and just power through it. Losing both power-ups in the effect of trying to get, the fire flower.
Yeah, I don't like to lose both there because I find it's too risky with the enemy pattern on the other side. But, oh no, speaking of, Fire Bros being annoying. So there's a specific time in where if you jump on the conveyor as soon as you can initially, there's the specific time of when the music kind of like stops for a second, that if you run across you can just jump with P-speed before your second hit would be taken, and you can always get up the top. Ooh, 8-2.
8-2! And not taking the sifty sands of shame.
This is another one I need to practice a bit. Like I did go top half against Jacopa, but I'm not confident getting across that no block bridge without taking it easy. So this is another one that I think in the first tournament, actually in the 2019 one, first one I played, this was the very last thing that I learned as my like 1 a week thing to learn for the like strat wise. Doing 8-2 with P-speed was the very last thing I ended up doing. But I've kind of forgotten it by now.
Hey,
so.
You're back again!
Yeah, oh well.
How casual, be like, yeah, same day, another thing, yeah. It's
like
okay.
Jake gets up with the, that is well above. I will be very surprised if it, like, doesn't work this time. Yeah, there we go. I think I've had it where I've been like completely off screen or something and it's just not counted for me, which is weird. Like it ended up just bringing me all the way down anyway. So
wow,
that's the jump I was on about in the previous seed actually, with Glutamic managing to get the quick first hit on Boom Boom here. It looks a lot more dangerous than it is. It's actually quite safe to do that.
Poor innocent Boom Boom getting picked on. All right, pick a bro, kill a bro. But the bro ended up taking it. Alright, so we did not get the star bro, which is nice. And we get... why you gotta jump off for it, Glutamic? Like really, 5-9 is excellent.
He's gonna cloud the clouds. Like his head is in the clouds, right? So...
No. Rude. Rude. One does not cloud 5-9.
I mean, to be fair, I would just go do the other stage here, right?
That is so rude, you know?
Okay,
Hurt.
so real talk, it really just depends on the power-up state going in. If I'm small and I find that stage in an optional path like that, I'm taking the other pathway, right? But if I have a power-up already, this is a bad habit of mine, perhaps. I have a hard time, like, justifying skipping a stage like that if I'm already fully suited up. Like, 6-6 is another good example. If I've got a Fire Flower going into that, I'm less likely to take the death and cloud it, even though it would technically probably be faster most of the time. I'm like, but I already have a Fire Flower though. I don't want to lose that.
I think I would have gone up, and Jade opting to give us some flowers. Oh, Jade, I appreciate the flowers and feel special. I probably would have gone topside to see what the other level was, because it could have been an easy level.
Oh, no, we can't find out because he's already used it. Right, okay. Okay, 6-8 with the boss bass down the bottom. I have one of my many practice seeds that's got a crazy 6-8 beginning here. It's got like 4 fire nippers in it or something. It's great.
Alright, as Glutamic is ducking and dodging, bobbing and weaving, escapes out the enemy set, denies boss bass some food. That is not good for animal preservation.
Oh boy, 3-1. As a small Mario as well. This is spooky.
Alright, so we know
Jade...
that
Okay.
Jade is gonna play.
This is kind of what I was referring to though, right? Jade is already leafed up, and it's like, I don't want to lose this for no reason, right? It's not that big of a commitment in comparison. It might end up being longer by the time you factor in death in the overworld, going to the other stage. What if the other stage is not a short stage, right? It ends up being like 7-4 or something. You'd have to KO that guy. Yeah, so I've mentioned this in a previous commentary, but stay on the left-hand side of the platforms here so that you can get the guys to spawn over on that side, and it's a lot easier to either jump on them or have them like float into you and KO
And now
without
it's, fairly good 5-9 on Jade's side.
Yeah. I don't think you're fast enough to get the star kill here, Glutamic. Oh no, just okay. Would have been safer to have jumped rather than like, going underneath, because that star was frames away from running out. If it had run out, he was dead 100%. But if he jumped to get towards the boom boom, if he jumped to get towards the boom boom, he would have actually been able to survive even if the star ran out, because he would have just had a regular jump on boom boom instead.
And Glutamic trying to embrace his inner froggy, but ditches it for a leaf.
So
how could you?
Tail is actually pretty good here if you're able to get above everything like that. Yep. So because it helps for the first section. The second section is fine anyway, but the first one, the spacing is a little bit off. So it's easier with the tail to do it. I mean, obviously if you can P-speed that, then it's going to be better with P-speed, but
And the king embracing Z1 by saying, I bet you'd like to have more bombs.
Heck yeah, I would. Blow up the rock over there. Save 2 stages. That's
Heck
how it
yeah,
works,
man.
Right?
We will gladly embrace Z1 and get more bombs.
So Jade saw the Fire Flower there using the tail, opted not to take it. Interesting. Ooh, 8-1-2. Ho-ho. Okay, so coming into this stage with a tail, the safest way of doing this is to build up P-speed, like run back and forth, and do the flyover, get into the warp pipe that Jade took in the previous seed, and just do it from that. But it is slower, and if you can do it well, there you go. Get through, defeat the Armada as you go through, and fantastic stuff. Meanwhile, unfortunately,
Jade worked so hard to get that Fire Flower, only for it to be taken away. The seed giveth, and the seed taketh away.
Yep. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, World 4 airship with the tail is perfectly fine. You don't get the P-speed strat going through it, but you can just use the tail to float over instead. So it's like the second fastest option compared to going on the underside. Ooh, good mid-air hit there. And full 5 hits, but 2 excellent mid-airs on that too. Definitely a strong fight.
Yes, that was a very good and smooth Larry Cooper fight.
Hopefully no rocket cheaps in that 3-1. As
Rocket
I said,
Chiefs just add to the fun.
as I said, the Cheap family was out for blood with me versus Jacob in game 2, and that rocket cheap was a good part of it. Oh man.
Listen, Cal, the Cheeps get the blood pumping, okay?
Oh, they get something pumping.
They
They get the hydro pumping. If that's the thing.
Oh, okay. We're not gonna take Cal out of context, folks. Okay, this is a family-friendly program, you know.
Listen,
even though
it's a Pokemon move, come on.
Even though
thinking of it otherwise, that's your fault.
Look. Look, how many times has chat taken me out of context? I mean, I stay out of context. Chat knows that.
This is implying there's a context to take in the first place. Looks like both of them got the right fort in World 1, by the way. The 3F1
Jade
was the
has
one to
caught
play.
up.
A little. There's still a bit of a deficit here because Glutamic is in World 6 at the moment, or like the 6th world of the seed, so there's still a bit of disparity, but it's not as far back as it was.
Yeah, she's making somewhat of a comeback, you know.
Yeah.
We're giving Jade lots of love because she agreed to a rematch, you know? With the broken cotton.
Shokai Fort returns! Let's go!
Let's go!
So
Everybody.
in case anyone missed it in the previous seed, this, from Krista Joy's representation, is known as
the Fort of Love, Happiness, and we added a new lore to it, relaxation. You stay there and relax and have a good old time.
And so I've added to it, so after Tozzle's heart-shaped fireball stuff, I've added to it, this is now Hartman's Yokai Fort, because it's the Koishi Fort from Toho, and she has the Embers of Love as one of her spell cards. So, yeah.
Yes. And it's so much fun. Oh, it's just a wonderful fort. Just everything, just showering you with love and affection.
And meanwhile, just getting blazed through by Glutamic there. Great job.
No, you're supposed to stay and party. You know, 7F2 is like the Las Vegas of the Mushroom Kingdom. It's that good. You stay and play. And you know, do you leave home broke? Yes, you do. But still, 7F2 is the place
that
to
was
be.
really fortunate from Glutamic's side there. So there was a level to play before the bottom pipe there, but as it turns out, one of the other pipes on the final island actually took him there. Don't know if that was seen earlier and maybe I just missed it, and that's like no knowledge and stuff there, but that was really neat. And once again,
high-flying Ludwig.
Yeah, he's not got his earthquakes, but he's still got his moon jump physics for it.
Yeah, but grant you he was a disappointment in 3 hits, but give him a basketball contract because he's dunking better than most of these players in the NBA right now, especially if they play for the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, so it was seen apparently. So thanks to that. That is definitely lucky though, but good to know that. Yeah, that was a known sort of play. Yeah, so this is why you always just let Ludwig do his thing first, if you can, because you will if you challenge him, you will get hit most of the time. So that's just a classic. Oh, 1-1 with a mini cheat.
A friendly cheat. How cute. We also have a blue fort.
Yep. How cute, she says. It must perish. Thank you.
No! No! It was just a friendly cheat.
It's fine fish now, that's for sure. So, yeah, as you say, blue fort in this one. That's guaranteed to break a lock, but it looks like we got to do both of these anyway. And, well, it's the Chocolate Seas coming on in here.
Yes, get your salutes out for the Navy. while Cal is reveling in the destruction of a nice and friendly Chief that just wanted to say hello, we can salute Admiral Boom Boom leading the charge. I can't believe you, Cal. A poor Chief that wanted to say hello.
I'll be honest, I could probably go for some fish and chips after this, to be fair. I know that's so stereotypical to say, but it's like I could probably go for it after this. So we're into Fort Knox over here.
Fish and chips and a pint of ale. I love it. You'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
so as we go through this, and I think there's an interesting sort of debate with this one. If you have spare like leaves / P-wings going into this, it's interesting. Like, what timing? Like, how long do you have to wait before it doesn't become wood? What is going on that? I got distracted.
Was
there.
Off.
Yeah, what happened there?
It was, it was doing a new wave bossa nova fraction.
It certainly was.
Yes, it was like, you know what?
Okay. Looks like the tower doesn't say it. Let's go! Oh, and he was too slow to get the fire flower too. That does despawn off the top of the screen there.
Everybody, do you see what I see?
I see a cloud that we used earlier that could have been used here instead of going through 5-9.
See, this is why you play 5-9. But then we would have missed Atlantis. Atlantis is a fun stage, It's like the Disney World of the Mushroom Kingdom.
To be fair, I probably would have ended up using the cloud in an earlier spot, like a blind one, and would have missed this anyway, so who cares? I'm not one to talk here.
Well, Cal, tell us how you really feel. Like, you have the little munchers, right? They represent It's a Small World. Like, you can really picture the little munchers going, it's a world of laughter, a world of tears,
Oh, there's tears, alright.
Wow, dude, why you go like that for?
No, so I forget exactly who it was I was playing. It was certainly one of the better races. He had one. I think I know why. But it's like he had one anyway. He could have skipped it. Sure, whatever. Yeah, so that was the first level of one of my races back in like 2019, I think it was, and the Boomerang Bros did something really weird, and I ended up dying at the end of that against I think it might have been against Mitch as well. Actually, it was a really good player dinging it against. It was just like, well, this race is already over, right? That's a minute and a half sunk to that. Yeah, I have history with that stage, to say the least.
Hey, Cal, read that comment by DLP. That sounds like Ed would be a Slobberknocker. But we would have to split up you and Rat Boy, though, DLP. Because that would be an obliteration, because you and Rat Boy would finish Super Mario Bros. 3 in like 19 minutes flat, which would leave everybody else still, at the 45-minute mark, in Super Mario Bros. 3. No, that would be total atomic annihilation. No, that would be unfair. We would need to break it up.
Nice Air Force there by Glutamic as well.
Yes, Glutamic just blazed through the Air Force just like DLP and Rat Boy would blaze through everybody else in SMB3 Rando. No. Denied. That gets a big old fat denial stamp. No glory to our Stochka for you. No papers, please. Denied.
You misconstrued my earlier point anyway, Danny. I don't even remember who it was up against. I just know it was up against somebody who was good, and I died at the very end of that stage, and it was like, well, you know, what are you supposed to do now, right? A minute and a half already sunk to that. It's like the game's already over.
Also, we
Why
have
are we still playing?
glutamic acid in the troll fort, just chilling like a villain.
Yeah, getting through pretty nicely there.
While Jade beats up on poor
Right.
innocent Boom Boom.
I thought
Poor
the troll
innocent-
fort was supposed to be 4F2. That was not 4F1.
Wait.
4F1. That was 4F2.
4F1? I didn't see. I just saw what looked like
Ooh.
some trolly aspect.
Yeah. Okay, so
'Cause
this
I
is
was
where
too busy denying DLP his total nuclear annihilation of every runner with his combo of him and Rat Boy.
Does Jade not have like a tail or something still left here? Because when you start this one small, you definitely do, like every time you take the death and you use a tail power up here, right?
Yeah.
Because that's so much slower going in. Oh, there's a
is in the
good lot.
Dark World.
Ooh.
Now this is a real risk
okay.
by Glutamic. He used his last cloud. Now,
Was it a
if he
linear
gets
world
locked-
before this? I'm afraid I have not paid enough attention to that part to see. If this is a linear world before that, there we go.
well,
It was a case of there was no other pathway to even take. So, doesn't get the jump there, so we can't go for the
Risk
bottom
paid off.
P-speed here. Can't get the bottom clip. Unfortunately, too late to get the top one.
Alright, so we're going up through the discs. Even though I low-key would like to see a match, but I would split DLP. You know, I would put DLP, let's see, who would you put with a matchup like that, Cal?
I have no idea at the moment, I'll be honest with you.
How good is your Z? How good is your Z1, Cal?
I have technically cleared the seed before.
Also, we're gonna get a traditional Bowser kill on Glutamic acid side.
Yep, looks like we have Jade also realizing, yeah, I need to cloud this stage rather than play it. That's the one. Use the anchor, see what it is. Nope, P-Wing's perfectly safe here. 6-7 was the one that was clouded over by Glutamic in the end instead. There's a couple of cool slide unders that you can do with the P-Wing here. We're not going to actually see them, it's like regular tail can do it too. But there's a couple of parts in the latter half of this where you have to wait for the donut blocks to fall down. You can actually use a tail and slide there to get through. Glutamic does just make it through, doesn't get unavoidable hits too many times. And we are going to see...
GGs.
Yeah, full-on GGs for Glutamic here. 39:14 official race time. Very well
I am focused, and yes, that was. And Jade is going through to destroy that bum Roy. Because Roy will always be a bum to me. It doesn't matter how many hits he is, he's always going to be canonically a bum. So...
I guess you heard it here.
Yes. Canonically, Roy is a bum, okay? News at 11. He's a bum. He's a scrub. Bada bing, bada boom. You don't even have to ask any more questions. He could be a 5-hitter. He'll still be a bum. You know? He's never our boy. Roy's never the boy. He's a bum. And Jade is entering into World 8. As Cal mentioned, it is very linear. I don't think Jade has a cloud though.
There was one from the card there from Peach.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to check if Glutamic will like an interview whilst we go through this?
Sure. Let me first do some copy paste and stuff so that way I will have stuff ready.
Very measured Air Force there by Jade as well. I always find it harder with the tail because there's some, like, the way that I do it, at least the jumps are so sort of rhythmic and precise that if you do it just slightly too early, you're going to flutter with the tail instead of actually jumping, and you end up just like missing it entirely. So it's probably just a me thing because I know Ratboy says you can get 285 with the tail as well. Totally believe that, but I find it a lot harder, so I don't, you know. That has come up a couple of times. Yeah, so I guess if we do all the forts and stuff here, then there's no reason to ever go back here. Right, yeah, like I know it's not... Hello there, Glutamic.
GG's, Glutamic!
GG. That was a marathon.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I don't know what exactly happened with the controller stuff there, but unfortunate to say the least. But great that we got to play the third game like this anyway, and well done.
Thanks, yeah, and yeah, I've got to say thanks to Jade for kind of allowing it. It's very, very kind of sportsmanlike.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but all those seeds were, well, I didn't really see the second seed but much, but the first and third one were pretty long.
Yeah, there were no hammers in the first two, so that's unusual, right?
Did hammers break locks in the third?
I don't believe we found out about that, because I think that I can't ever remember seeing a hammer used on a lock, so...
Yeah, I think I used mine on the World 6. Yeah, World 6.
Yeah. I think he's both ended up doing that, because that ended up being the quickest sort of way round, if I remember rightly. So... Oh, no, actually, no, Jade didn't. That was you were behind at the start, but then you broke the thing and got... Jade didn't actually get the hammer in World 6, so had to play the couple of stages instead, so that ended up being a bit of a tough lie. I don't think Jade has had a single hammer in this seed. Sorry.
Yeah, that's yeah. So that's I guess 3 seeds for her without a hammer.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough.
Some of those layouts weren't particularly fun either. World 6 without a hammer, or even World 1 was a bit weird.
Yeah, there was an awkward set of levels to do. It's like you had to basically guess which one of the forts was going to be correct in the end, but that wasn't it, so a bit weird. How about that Atlantis though? Like right before 2 levels before the end, so you had to choose: am I going to cloud this and risk the next level, or what? You know.
I didn't even know I had a cloud. Otherwise, I would have just taken a death. But I think I must have gotten it in the letter and then just not even noticed. I think my inventory at that point was kind of so low that I didn't really want to take a deliberate 100-point fine just to see, and then have to play Atlantis small or something like that.
That's totally fair. Yeah. Yeah, it was 6-7 in the end is the one that you actually clouded over between those two, which kind of whatever. But yeah, if you don't know that you've got one in the first place, then it's very easy just to be like, well, I've got to play this anyway, let's just do it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of. It wasn't too bad. I think we had a clouded 5-9 earlier, and then we also had 7-5.
Yeah, you clouded
quite a lot of the long stages.
Yeah, 7-5 was in that World 6 where there was no clouds to start with. 5-9 was on the optional part of World 4. Neither of you ended up seeing what the other stage was, but it was at the end. You could have taken either pathway round. So I don't know. Who knows what that stage was in the end? It could have actually been useful. But I can understand just being like, no, 5-9. It's a long stage to do like consistently long. So just like
You're gonna have to use the cloud at some point, so why not? And
yep. No, completely reasonable with that. So, yeah, I mean, I will be honest. Between the seeds, I don't really have a whole lot myself. I'm always bad at asking in interviews and stuff as well. I don't really have a ton to ask on the bit, but you've already said a bit about how you sort of felt with it. But anything else you want to add with the stuff? Like anything that comes to your mind as to like stood out in these seeds?
No, not a lot. It's just generally pretty long. Was kind of happy to clip. Was it 7-1 with the tail in the first seed?
Q and J
Always
clip
never get that.
Mac and Cheese 7-6. You both got it first
Oh, it's a
try. That
7-6,
was
yeah.
phenomenal. So yeah, really cool seeing that.
Yeah, I don't really get it very often, so I was quite pleased with that.
Yeah, good show for sure.
I was more impressed by the tail clips. Hey, made it look easy.
Thanks. It's, yeah, you just gotta hope for it.
Looks like Jade is at the finale now. Doesn't have a weapon for Bowser. Has a cloud in inventory as well from the last world, but because you did see in the Peach's card, there was a cloud going into World 8. You used that on the one tile in the Dark World, and looks
Yeah,
like,
I figured I might as well gamble.
Oh yeah, I mean, from what it looked like in the end, it seemed like it was a pretty linear world that way. I think there was like, from what Jade has been going through there might have been one pipe that was like lock blocked from the start, so it looks like there wasn't any other way to go anyway. So it was a good cloud use in the end, being able to skip through stuff there.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure which level it was. Was it 5-3?
It looks like it because I don't think you played that one, did you?
5-3.
Yeah, I didn't.
So that's a really good cloud use in the end because that's a tough stage. Oh, first try clip up the top.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, look at that. Go, Jade.
I was going to say, good stuff for the 8-1s as well, because they also weren't exactly the easiest of levels to go through there too, so well done with that as well.
Thanks, yeah. I mean, I find like sort of 8-1 is the sort of weird level that I often do reasonably well on, and then I think I kind of, maybe some of the more kind of P-speed strat levels I sometimes fall behind, so I'm kind of often a bit happier to get those kind of weird levels.
Yeah, understandable. And we have Jade finished in 48.59. So yeah, GG's again.
Get your
tough.
GG's out for Jade.
Yeah, tough layout with the stuff there. Yeah, I guess I didn't roll the easiest of seats in the long run with the stuff there. So, oh well. We always revel when we get the tough stages coming up with it, but both of you did really well in 7-5 overall, and yeah, going in with the P-Wing the second time through, absolutely the right play to do in that stage. It's so much quicker when you can fly through the last half of it.
Yeah, that is yeah, it's a sort of one where there's a lot of pressure going in with because if you die with the second time and you have no inventory, it can be a bit of a game ruiner.
Yeah, and it can spiral out of control very quickly when it's like at the end of the world, like it was there. So yeah, tough stuff. But you just made it through, and very impressively at that.
And just waiting on to see if Jade is going to join us. Let me check now.
So this puts you at 3-3, correct?
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, 3.
So not an unreasonable shot to make it through, right? If you win your next two, then you should make it into brackets, right?
Speaking of
how many go through?
Queen,
16.
welcome, Jade.
Hello. Oh my
Hello.
god, my hands hurt so bad. World 2, that third seed, they cramped up and wouldn't uncramp. It's like,
Oh no!
no.
I'm so sorry. I
It's
know it's not.
okay.
I know it's not my fault, but I'm sorry for you anyway.
It's okay.
No,
It
blame Cal
happens.
100%. Blame him
Sorry,
100%.
Chad.
I did add a little swag, even though I knew I was losing.
Oh, you got that Star Run clip fantastically. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
are amazing.
I knew I wasn't gonna win, so had to throw a little spice in there for everybody.
You were doing very well with the stuff there, I will say. I think you were in the lead
How
up
many good food?
until.
Queen.
16.
Welcome, Jade.
Oh,
Hello.
oh, I am hearing echo here. Uh,
So am I.
I saw it stop because I
Oh,
heard the
no.
thing come up again.
I'm
It's like, uh-oh.
so sorry.
No,
I know it's
it's
not.
okay.
I know it's not
We'll-
my fault, but I'm sorry for
we'll
you
do
anyway.
there we go. Right. Yeah. So now that we're through that, yeah, you were in the lead up in the first world up until I think it was one of the Hammer Bros had a hammer in the first world, and Glutamic saved a couple of stages by breaking the rock at the start to
Right.
go through the pipe, go at the top. So it was like 2 stages skip there, and then I think from there it just kind of kept like pushing forward a little bit. So
Oh
it's
yeah.
unfortunate with that, but the level that was like at the top of that bit was 7-5, and you got through that first
Oh.
try, starting small. That was really impressive.
I was terrified the entire time because those stupid Goombas flying.
You took out the Angry Sun really easily as well at the start, which was a huge help, and got the clips as well. I saw both of those were very good for that. So
Clip, best clip. Just saying. Tail clip, best clip.
yeah, both of you got tail clip first try in 7-6 in the first seed.
Nice.
That was fantastic to
GG.
see.
Oh, maybe my nerves are calmed down now.
You
My
did
anxiety.
fine.
My anxiety is through the roof every time I have to race. I've
I
never
can
done it
understand that.
competitively.
Yeah, I can understand that. There's always the jitters when starting something like this, for sure. But trust us, you
Fine.
did fine.
Oh,
Yes, you were
towards the
amazing.
last place hype.
You were great, Jade. You were great.
Thank you, thank you. I hope it was a fun race to watch.
Absolutely.
GG's, by the way, glutamic acid.
GG's. Apologies for that marathon. Thanks for being so patient.
Oh, of course. No, I get it. Controller issues stink. It's the worst, especially right in the middle of a run. Worst time is always when it happens.
Yeah, like Danny's saying in the chat, you have not had an easy run of this one, Jade. Like, your pairings have been absolutely insane throughout this.
Yeah,
so...
you've had nightmare pairings. I mean, because you had pickles and beer, which is tough. I mean, that's a really hard one. Then next, you drew DLP. I mean, that's like, sad Pandaville. You get DLP. It's like, GG, just here, hold my beer. I'm already, lost. And then you drew glutamic acid, another GG, have a nice day. I mean,
That's my luck, though.
you know what? Here, you can race me, and then that'll be the best. That'll be the best and easiest 2-0 you ever get.
Oh, I'll find a way to lose it. Bet.
Oh,
I'll have another Lemmy episode, like with me and Danny tilting on Lemmy.
There are a couple of airships where his bounce backs or the pattern can be really frustrating, so
He
I
hit
can
me
understand
in the
that.
corner that one
Yeah.
time, and like instant tilt, and then the rest, it was over for the rest of the
Yeah.
seats. Like, I'm done.
Gross. Yeah. Well, regardless of how this ends up turning out, there is still the Challenge Cup after the Swiss rounds here as well. It's, hopefully we'll see you participating there as well, if that's the way things end up.
Ooh.
And
Oh, that's
What's
the way
the
it'll end up. It's okay.
What is
I already know. But yes,
what is the
I
Challenge
plan on
Cup,
it.
Cal?
so 16 people out of the 34 that started this tournament will make it to the brackets phase of the main tournament here. But for everyone else who doesn't, there is the Challenge Cup that will be simultaneously running as well. So we'll have a slightly separate flag set, I think, for that, if I remember rightly. But yeah, we'll have anyone who wishes to participate after the Swiss rounds end. We'll have another separate bracket basically for them as well. So it'll be more rando action for everyone, basically.
Need some rando. Been playing it for like 6-7 years now.
Hey,
You got this, Jade. You got this. You know, remember, you got Z3's pride. We're rooting for you. I got everyone from Z3 backing you. I even made Gamma get off his lazy button. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying. But the Challenge Cup, that is something that I'm going to do. I know I'm not making it to brackets, which is fine. The experience is what it's worth. Like, it's been awesome. The races have been, oh my goodness, phenomenal between y'all. It's great to be a part of it.
oh, we appreciate you being here as well. It's fantastic hearing basically everyone having a great time in the stuff here. And yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you in the Challenge Cup stuff as well.
Yes. Okay, so now it's time for us to do the last words asking of our runners. So, runners, do you have any last words?
GG.
No, just
Glutamic
GG.
acid. Have fun in
Yeah,
brackets.
GG. Good. Hope you get a nice draw next round.
Fingers crossed. Thank you.
Yeah, I just noticed that his emblem is that of Leland from Twin Peaks. That just earned my respect, you know, like 45 times more. Oh man. GG's even more there, glutamic acid, man, just for having that emblem. Cal, who's gonna send us out? Is it going to be me that hypes you out? Or is it going to be... Because I have the best exit for you too.
I see. Then in that case, I should probably just do the scheduling stuff here then, because we have one more race today at 8 p.m. So what are we on, like 5 hours from now? We'll have a Robert versus William and DX. That'll be on Speed Gaming, so that should be pretty good. Then tomorrow we have one race, which is also at 8 p.m. Eastern. High Flyer versus Danny P Speed. You will not want to miss that. DOP will not let you miss that, so make sure you tune in for that one. Saturday's got a whole host of them, which are happening in 2-hour intervals. So with any luck, we'll have them all on one channel. You have an entire afternoon of rando. It'll be amazing. And yeah, I do not have time to go over all of them just now, but there are a lot of amazing races then. And there's one race happening on the Sunday at the moment as well, and I think that should round us out as well. So plenty of randomizer action happening for the rest of this week. Krista, take us out.
We have one respect. Listen here, Danny P Speed. If y'all want us to read William in Texas with a Texas accent, then y'all gotta be asking us to read it in a Texas accent. You gotta type in Texas, because you know we from Houston, and that's how we handle things, okay? Because William in Texas ain't gonna be wanting us to say it any other way. Okay.
And this is why we love working with you, Krista.
So, on that outro note, if someone would be kind enough to drop in the chat about following our runners, we have two fantastic runners that have showed that they are the Bret Harts of the Super Mario Brothers Randomizer community. They are Angelicjade and Glutamic Acid. They give good entertainment, not helmet. I know y'all were thinking that, you space ballers. And I am not talking odd. I am a de facto Texan. Okay? I'm from Houston, don't you know? And if you give them a follow, I guarantee you that they will give you good entertainment as well. And I have been joined by the master of education, a man who will keep you learning while squashing your scores, while sending your times into another time zone. Because not only is he repping the UK, he is repping the unicorns, because he will send you into oblivion. He is going at ludicrous speed every time he races. And he's got a Pokédex that will send your Pokédex into Exodia heaven. And that ain't even the right game, y'all. And that's the one and only Gamer Cow. Send him a follow, and I guarantee you, you will be amazed with his knowledge of just about everything. After all, he is my senpai. And thank you for being here, chat. Because without your love and affection, we wouldn't be here without your support. We love you guys to death, and you guys know it. For those who are watching on the video on demand and wondering why I'm so loony, I'm a psychiatrist. I am supposed to be loony. So, SpeedGaming, thank you guys for hosting us in the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer community. For those who are interested in joining us, we welcome you. We are evolving every day in this community. So come evolve with us. You know, if you want to have that trip to Mars, come join us as if we are the recallers, because we're just that fantastic. And on that note, I am Krista Joy. I am not a former patient. I am actually a neuropsychiatric rehab specialist. I'm a neuropsychiatrist. So, on that note, you guys have a wonderful day. And we'll see you later tonight for our matchup. Take care. Bye-bye.